And hello, Poker House Nation. It's none other than your boy Craig Dobson here, your live stream manager, coming to you here from Poker House Dallas. Decided to go with the cold opening tonight, but it's not going to be cold on our live stream table. We got some 5-10 no limit hold'em action tonight on our live stream table. 5-10 no limit, $1,500 minimum buy-in, and a match to stack on the max buy-in. It's the Razor Piggy game for all of you University of Arkansas Razorback fans. If I did that wrong, I'm sorry, but I do come from the SEC, so I can appreciate. And also, as you can see this, folks, we are triple boxed right now because this is just a schedule. That's right, folks. This is just a schedule in regards of all of our updated tournaments. As you know, we have made the adjustment where during the week, our tournaments will start at 6 o'clock as opposed to 7. Tournaments will start at 6, and registration will go until 8:15 p.m. That will include for all of our weekly tournaments and also for the satellites that include for the Danielle Birthday Bash coming up next month. That's right, folks. Our next multi-level multi-flight tournament, it will be next month. Celebrate one of our beloved GMs, the Queen of Diamonds herself, Danielle McWilliams. It's her birthday, and what way to celebrate to have a birthday bash poker tournament, multi-level, $150,000 guarantee with a $35,000 first place minimum to those that are entering in, as we are going to be running satellites through the rest of September into October before we start all of the festivities for the Birthday Bash tournament. Here's a listing of all of the tournaments, including the satellites that we have weekly. By all means, you can check that out. It will be available on all of our streams of media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or even our website at thepokerhousedallas.com. Or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or would like to have a chance to be able to play on an upcoming stream, reach us out again on any of our social media platforms, or you can send an email to info@thepokerhouse.com. And I have a somewhat guest. Oh. You'll have to forgive me, folks, in regards to this. Had to obviously get some updates in regards of from our live stream guru, Eric Anderson, who I have had the privilege of, as I learn more into this wonderful thing we call live stream in regards of this. He is an absolute expert and comes from many years, and I've looked at it, and I've looked at his frequent flyer miles and also on his truck, many miles along this great country we call America in regards on doing poker. And we're glad to have him here at Poker House Dallas, including in regards to a few other people as well. And I'm going to make this small closeout here so we can get you all up. Again, folks, we're doing just a few updates in regards of our stream. Again, this is a 5-10 no limit game. $1,500 minimum buy-in. Max buy-in will be actually match the stack. We are playing shorthanded. As you can see, the players have been playing for a little bit over about an hour. in regards to this. So a number of hands have happened. I am temporarily by myself because either one of my two co-commentators are playing in the satellite for the birthday bash, so they've agreed that whichever one busts out first will come in the booth with me, which either can be a yes or a no, depending on all things concerning. Again, if you have any questions, anything you'd like to add, we are here for you in regards on streaming in all levels of social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, however you approach us. By all means, thank you for being able to being able to take your Tuesday night and be a part of this live stream cash game here at Poker House Dallas. As you can see, folks, everyone just kind of getting antiquated. I know there have been a number of big hands that have gone. Yes, folks, if you've had a chance to follow along the internet in regards on a few things, the secret is no longer a secret anymore. That's right, folks. The three wonderkins of next gen poker are exclusively with Poker House Dallas. That's right, folks. All three of them, they will be playing here collectively between tournaments and cash games and the stream. I do know that I've had a chance to do a little bit of research in regards on these three young gentlemen, these three wonderkins in regards to the poker world entrepreneurs, and their following that they have pretty much built from scratch. To have them a part of the Poker House family is an absolute amazing add as we build not just the brand, but the poker that we want here in Dallas, as we, in addition to all of the other exciting things that will be coming up. So to have these three gentlemen as a part of the Poker House family is an absolute amazing addition to that. And we thank them for wanting to become a part of this wonderful world we call the Poker House Dallas family. As you can see here, we have just a few. We are sitting on a 5-handed table. I know that Razor Piggy, aka Jared, says it tells you how crazy this game will become. Is that there are a few players that are just running a touch behind late, but there is a gentleman, from what I've been told, will get off of the plane, off of his flight into Love Field, and for those that do end up flying, that will be flying in for events here at Poker House, Love Field is the best option. So choose your airline for your airline accommodations through Love Field. Are probably less than 7 minutes once you touch down and get out of the airport, out of Mockingbird, to us that will be coming from the airport straight here to play in this game. How crazy is that, folks? When forget anything else, we're going to pick up our luggage. We're going to get through the hassle of trying to get out of the airport, and then we're going to come straight into a big 5-10 no limit live stream game. That's the kind of action we have here at Poker House Dallas. That's the kind of action you are going to see. And if you can remember anything about last week, it was an absolute madhouse with raises, re-raises, check raising, bluffing, everything that was imaginable. And that, even though it is a short-handed table, there will not be a shortage of action. That I can attest to. As you can see, if anything, you see Razor Piggy, a.k.a. Jared, rocking his Pig's hat, which, of course, we know that he is a diehard fan of the University of Arkansas Razorbacks of the SEC, the only conference in college football that matters. Forgive my slight patriotism in regards of the SEC. I do come from Georgia, and that's where the big, tall gold trophy will at least sit until January of next year. Again, if you have anything you'd like to add into the comments, we will be able to acknowledge anyone and everybody in regards on that. And also, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to add to the stream, and as we continue going forward with the amazing thing that is this live stream 5-10 no limit game, by all means, we are here for you. We are there for you. be able to enjoy this for you here at Poker House of Dallas on a Tuesday night. Again, folks, then we are playing shorthanded and in regards on a few people in regards with this stream. So I know we are making just it will only be just a few more moments before our live stream cards go up in the air. You will be able to see and follow the action that goes along with this action-packed game, this action-packed 5-10 and no limit game. So by all means, enjoy it. I want to be able to sit back, get a beverage of whatever variety that you would like, and wherever you are in the world, whether you are in a game, on your way to a game, waiting for a game here, or wherever you are in the world, whether it be Thailand, Maryland, or Disneyland, by all means, hope you're having an enjoyable Tuesday evening and checking this out. As we are, it will be just a few moments making the changeover where you will be able to see the action piece by piece, and all of it will make sense. I know there have been a number of big hands that were big guards on this prior, so just be able to enjoy this. It will get interesting faster than you know it. Okay, folks. So you see, we one of our players did have a female friend at the table, but as you know, this is a stream. You all fans, significant others in the ladder will be regulated to behind the ropes. And as you see, I believe that our dealer Buck, whom we made sure to put a nice semi-gloss on his dome to not offset offset our lights here. We made sure he put a nice semi-gloss. And guess what, folks? We're go as now you're gonna be able to see all the action here on this 5-10 game. Action's gonna be on Razor Piggy under the gun. Again, we are shorthanded, so but action's still gonna not. Action will not change. We're going to go to Razor Piggy here. He's got the Woolworths 5 and dime suited in clubs.
Yeah, but he's not looking at his cards. We play, only if he looks at his cards. Yeah, we play a savage way.
As you can see, that Razor Piggy is setting the terms.
Us three are going to pay it no matter what. If y'all aren't at the table, then we'll make y'all. I'm going to play the way y'all play, so that's fine.
And he makes the call over to Rick. With the 5 deuce, he's going to fold. Frankie's going to fold. Over to TB12. He's going to make it 30. And Razor Piggy makes the call. And, and Frankie also makes the call with 9-6 and a flop of 7-8-5. Wow, what a flop. Frankie has flopped the nut straight. Razor Piggy has bottom pair. It checks over. Frankie bets 35. And looks like Razor Piggy's going to make the call. I mean, this is a this is a very hidden hand with the not folded straight. And now what a turn card. A 10 now he has a 10 high straight. Razor Piggy has top and bottom pair. And Frankie puts out a big bet on the turn, bets 105. Razor Piggy with top 2 pair. Looks like he's going for the check raise. Gonna make it 3 1/4 to go. Over to Frankie, sitting with the 10 high straight. Makes the smooth call. Almost 800 in this pot on this first live stream hand. Here's the river. It's the ace of spades, no help to either player. So Frankie's 10 high straight is gonna win. Action on Razor Piggy. Oh, he's fired at it. He bets 500. And all things considered, I think Frankie knows sitting with the 10 high straight. I don't see how he's not going to be able to move all in with this. I think Frankie's here. Frankie just called, and yep, he's moved all in. And Razor Piggy calls with the 2 pair. Frankie's gonna roll over the 10 high straight. And this, I wasn't kidding, folks, when I said first hand of the stream, Frankie's doubled up. Very first hand once we started to be able to put our live stream cards in the air, and he doubles through. I tell you, folks, and think about it. This is the first hand, folks, and we've got action galore. We've got action galore. Frank is going to be able to double up to. We're going to double up on this hand. As we can see all of your comments. Yeah, let's go next gen. Good to see you. Yeah, it's no joke, folks. It is talk about a way not only to welcome to the first hand of the live stream table, but welcome to Poker House, doubling through with a flop nut straight, then turning it to a 10 high straight. Yeah, we're going to make it, just making a switch over in regards to our camera, folks. But what a way to start in the stream. Literally, out of nowhere, just literally like a lightning bolt. Flopping the nut straight, turning a 10 high straight, which gave Razor Piggy top and bottom pair. And with an ace on the river, it ended up not having any significance. And Frankie winning a big pot right out of the gate. That tells you what kind, and it tells you, I mean, I can attest to it. I mean, these young gentlemen that are coming into it in regards on this. Hey, for those that have been watching their posts, watching their streams, watching their channels, they're not nits. They're going to come with it, and obviously that's the out of action that only becomes a part here at Poker House Dallas. Action's going to be on Rick. He's got Queen 9 offsuit under the gun. And Frankie with the 2 8s, he's going to make it 40 to go. We've got TB12 that's got King 9 of clubs on the button. He makes the call in Woony with Queen Jack off. He's going to make it 180 to go. Back over to Frankie with the 2 8s. He makes the call. Back over to TB12. He makes the call. We're 3 ways to this flop, folks. And the flop comes deuce 7-4. Frankie's 2-8s are ahead. Woody makes the check. Action on Frankie. He fires out 375. TB12 folds. I don't see how Woony can. Oh, Woony's going to float. He's going to make the call here with the queen high. Here comes the turn. It's a 10. Still no help to either player. Frankie's 2-8s are still ahead. Action's going to be on him. He checks. Woony checks, and the 5 of spades. Frankie's 2-8s are still ahead in this. Are still ahead. Action's going to be on Woony. Wow, what a he bets 825 on the river. And Frankie makes the call. Wow, what a call with the 2-8s. He's going to win this pot. These guys have come to play. And the action, we're 2 hands in this, folks, and it's action already. I tell you, and this is shorthanded. What tells you about it? When it tells you anything, when actions like this shorthanded at this kind of table, it only tells you where all this is going. Here are some chip counts. As you can see, Frankie, obviously, after doubling through Razor Piggy and winning this last pot from Woony, climbs to a chop of our chip count. Again, we are shorthanded, folks, temporarily. I know we've got other players that are going to be coming in addition to one other gentleman that literally is going to hop off the plane and come straight here from the airport. And again, folks, I know this day, I do know this. You probably all have noticed our camera angle has not changed from Razor Piggy, even though we can see him getting a massage. That will be updated momentarily. But right now, it's going to be as Woony makes a bet, that makes a raise, and it goes folded around, and then he will raise and take it. Again, here's our chip counts. Again, folks, they have made a slog adjustment that is a 5. That this game initially was a 5-5-10, but now they've made it into a 5-5 optional 10 with a 5-5 with a $10 straddle. Action on TB12. Oh, excuse me, action on Razor Piggy. On the button with the Craig hand. 7-8 offsuit, but it's in reverse. That would be the Ultra Craig. It actually my favorite hand is 7 of clubs, 8 of spades. He has the 7 of spades and the 8 of clubs. But he's going to 3-bet into the 80. TB12 and Woony both make the call. And we're going 3 ways to a flop that comes King, 5, Jack. And surprisingly, through all of this, the 7-8 is ahead. He's going to bet 75, and it looks like both, and Woony calls. Queen of spades comes on the turn. Woony checks. Action on Razor Piggy. Looks like he's going to fire out again on the turn. He makes it 175. Woony has 7 high and no spade. And no fear, he makes it 700 to go with the 7 deuce. Now, I believe, folks, I had a chance to speak with them briefly. All 5 players decided to put in the 7 deuce bonus. Yeah, that flinch is okay. What happens is that all the players have decided to do a 7 deuce bonus, where if somehow you are able to win a pot holding 7 deuce, each player at the table owes you 75. Our camera angle should be updating shortly. There we go, folks. As you see all the players, you see we got Rick in the 2 seat. We got Frankie in the... We got Frankie there sitting in the 4 seat. With is the one of the 3-headed monsters that we... A poker monster called with Next Gen Poker, which we are happy to have as a part of our Poker House family. We got TV12, Wooney, and of course, the man that created this madness... Razor Piggy, a University of Arkansas Razorback fan, if I've ever seen one.
No, I mean, like, some people just do just opposite variation. But it's any 7 days. Yeah, we don't care.
And we got, as action we go, we got Wooney, who's got the 30 with 3 deuce. Action back over to Frankie on the small blind with the ace-5 of diamonds. He's going to make it 40 to go. TV12 is going to fold. Wooney with some discounted parts of the deck. He's going to make the call with the 3 deuce. Here's the flop, and it comes 7-4-10. So Frankie with the ace high is ahead. He's going to check. Wooney's going to lead out for 100 with... He's going to raise and take it. He looks like he was posturing that he was going to try to show another 7 deuce. Again, here are our chip counts. Again, folks, they may look a little offset. For the fact of the matter is that, remember, it was a $1,500 minimum buy-in and a match the stack max, but action started about a little over an hour and 15 minutes ago. So we've had there has been some craziness and madness and pots, and as the magician Antonio Esfandiari said, shifting of net worths coming in regards of this live stream cash game. We are slightly playing shorthanded again, even though we're playing 4. One man gentleman has left the table temporarily. Action's going to be on TB12. He's going to, on the small blind, he's going to put in the raise to 30. Razor Piggy with the king 7 of diamonds. He's going to make the call. We're going to go heads up to a flop. And the flop is 8, 10, deuce. TB12 has flopped a pair of 8s. Is going to check. Razor Piggy also checks as well while chewing a slice of pizza. Now with the 4 of hearts, it comes on the turn. TB2 is going to lead out. 12 going to bet out for 50. Razor Piggy is going to make the call. As we go to the river, it's a 10. TB12's got 10s and 8s. It's going to go check, check. And TB12 is going to score the touchdown with the pair of 8s. And it's going to win the pot. Here is our chip counts, folks. Again, by all means, if you have a chance to, actually, let me rephrase that. If you are wanting to become a part of one of our upcoming live streams, again, reach out to us on any parts of social media through Poker House or Poker House Live on either Twitch, Twitter, or on our Facebook page, Instagram, or Twitter, or TikTok. Or you can send an email with all your contact information and the stakes you are interested in wanting to play at info@thepokerhouse.com. Action's going to be over. Frankie folded the computer hand queen 7, and it's going to fold over to Razor Piggy, who's got double down hand 8 deuce, and so does Rick. And we got to flop a 9-7 ace. They both have the same hand, and there is no backdoor. There is no backdoor straight draws or flush draws. Rick's going to be able to put out a bet, and it's going to be a raise and take it. All right, folks, as we go into our next hand, action's going to be on TB12. He's got queen 9 of spades. He's going to make the call. Woody's on the button with 6-4 of diamonds, going to make it 50 to go. Action's going to be on Frankie. He's got king 3 of spades. He's going to make the call. And TB12 calls as well. Oh, what a flop here. Woody's flopped a pair of 6s. TB12 has the queen high flush draw. Frankie has the nut flush draw. TB12 bets 100. Woody makes the call. And Frankie's going to smooth call this with the nut flush draw. Here comes the turn. It's a 3. And now he's also picked up a pair of 3s with the nut flush draw. It goes check, check, check. And the deuce of clubs for Woody with his 2 6s are going to win this pot if there's no action. If action changes, he rolls over the 6s, and he's going to win this pot. Again, folks, yes, we are playing 5-handed. We are playing short-handed. We do not know will have some players that will want to be joining the stream. I do know that while we are having this live stream of the cash game, we have one of our satellites going on with our Danielle's birthday bash. In regards to it is the tournament or another multi-flight tournament, but it is tied to one of our beloved stewards that leads the ship here at Poker House of Dallas, our own Queen of Diamonds, Danielle McWilliams. It's her birthday, so we're putting $150,000 guaranteed tournament, multi-level with at least $35,000 first place. That will all take place next month, but we've got satellites going on right now.
58 people. Registration's open for another half hour.
As we hear, thank you, Eric. As we have our live stream guru, Eric, the Almighty Anderson, we're providing some updated info in regards on this. We have 58 entrants in this Tuesday night satellite. Registration, if you happen to want to be coming here to be able to play this satellite tonight, registration will be open for another half an hour. And remember, they're going to take, I believe the breakdown will be 1 out of every 5 entrants will get a seat into the actual main event tournament with the actual $500 main event tournament that will be next month. As we are going here to our next hand, Rick with the 10-9 of diamonds makes the raise on the button. TB12 with H-Jack's going to make the call. And Woody, who apparently hasn't seen a hand he didn't like, was going to make the call with the 5-3 offsuit. Here's the flop. It comes Queen, Jack, 5. A little bit for everybody. TB12 flopped a pair of jacks. Woody has a pair of 5s. Rick has an up and down straight draw. They both check over to Rick on the button. And on the button, he's going to put in the bet. He bets 60. TB12 with second pair and an ace kicker is going to make the call. Woody with bottom pair, he's going to make the call. Still three-way action, and the turn is a 4 of hearts. No help to any player. Still, the 2 jacks are ahead for TB12. It comes check, check. Over to Rick. He's gonna fire in. He's gonna make it 200 to go. TB12 lays down the jacks, and Woody's gonna. Mooney makes the call. Yes, excuse me. Woody makes the call, and then the king of diamonds on the river. Rick has made a king high straight. Rick has made a king high straight. He's gonna make it. He's gonna check. And it's just a question. Oh, and Rick bets 600, and Woody has no choice. He's going to lay it down, and Rick is going to pick up this pot. As we go to the chat saying here, are y'all going to get a camera that displays the flop soon? Yes. Yes, we are. As we are in the process of doing some upgrades in regards of the platform we have with our live stream, and definitely one of the things that has been brought to our attention is that as a flop cam. So yes, we will include in the upcoming weeks, we will be adding a flop cam, so you will be able to see the flops in addition going forward as well during the stream. Action on Frankie on the button with the 3 deuce again. That means we have put on that means the straddle is on with the 5-5-10. TB12 is going to fold, and Razor Piggy with the Jack 10 of hearts. He's going to put in the raise. He's going to make it 100 to go. Rick's going to fold. Razor Piggy is going to pick up this pot. Again, folks, here are our chip counts. There may be a slight disparaging in regards on mostly TB12. I know you can see how you can just see in the camera right there. He's got a little bit more than $275. I know that he has had a chance to add on. Again, remember this was a match the stack setup with. With on the add-ons, SL2 Rude Candy 99, awesome. Love the stream and the commentating. Hey, Rude Candy, thank you. Hey, this view, thank you. We do appreciate all of our viewers that do take the time to watch our stream. Thank you very much with that. We've got it guys are Wooney with the ace-8 again with the raise and take it. All right, as we're going into our next hand, as we have one of our dealers, Dakari, here, that I know he has. Forgive him, ladies and gentlemen. He may have the beard of a used car salesman, but he is still a good guy. Here are our chip counts. I know we will be doing updates as apparently, folks, now with the action getting hard and heavy, they are starting to bring on the ammunition. And if they say chips are a part of war, then they are loading this up like it's World War I and II with the firepower that are coming with it. Just doing some updates with our live stream action tracker as we go. It is over to TV12 with the double down hand 8 deuce. He's going to call the raise of Rick with Big Slick. And oh, what a flop, folks. Rick has flopped the nut flush draw, and the TB12 has bottom 2 pair. Oh, no. It's turning into the 4th of July all over again, and the fireworks are going to go off. Rick leads out for 75 with the nut flush draw. TB12 calls with the bottom 2 pair. And the queen of diamonds. Rick has made the nut flush. Just trying to figure out a way how he can play this for max value. He puts out the feeler bet. He bets 125. Now TB12 has got to be got to figure out how can he approach this. He has the bottom 2 pair, but with all these straight and flush draws. But now with the 7 of diamonds, it'll be Rick that's got the check mark with the nut flush, trying to see against what a bet he can make on the river to get paid off. He goes with just under a pot-sized bet. He bets $450 to go. And TB12 sitting here trying to be how he can deduct to find a fold here. He has 2 pair, but there are a number of combination of cards that will beat him in addition to straights and flushes. And all of them got there. And throughout this entire pot, Rick has shown nothing but strength. He raised before the flop. He bet the flop. He bet the turn, then fires a pot-sized bet on the river. It has been strength, strength, strength. But to some people, they may see that as weakness. But in this situation, Rick has shown nothing but strength all the way out. 3-barreling this entire hand with the best hand. And he makes the call. Rick turns over the nut flush. And he's going to win this pot. All right, folks, there you go. We have seen our updated chip counts again. Rick had added, TB12 did not have $265 in that hand. He ended up, I believe he had added on for another 5,000 prior to this hand. And these are our current chip counts with that.
We did a flip on Friday night. We just did a flip where there was no betting, just flip it over and do it. I hate flips. Yeah, I'm with him. I don't like flips. I'm trying to like the control pot. Yeah, small pot. Then I gamble on there. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose by myself, you know?
Straddle. That's where you're playing the straddle.
All right, folks, we are into our next hand, and as we have one of, I said, we are in the process of a dealer change, and we have moved over to Shane, also known as Butcher. We are heads up between Woony and Razor Piggy, and the 3 Queen 8 flop. It is Razor Piggy that's ahead with the King Jack. 4 on the turn, no help to either player, but Razor Piggy's going to fire out again for 100. And Woony makes the call. We're coming to a river. It's the ace of clubs. It is the King Jack of Razor Piggy that's going to win this pot. It looks like he's going to fire. He's going to fire again. He makes it 225 to go. Now, for what we can see, folks, that Woony has been able to make some unreal check raises on the river. And the thing is, I think Razor Piggy and Razor Piggy seem like he's making this move to avoid from Woony making the same move, even though neither of them have absolutely nothing but his Razor Piggy's King Jack is the best hand. He's going to lay it down. I think he was waiting. Woony was waiting on Razor Piggy to show him the 7 deuce. Again, folks, they are playing the 7 deuce game at this 5-5-10 game, where if you win a pot with 7 deuce, regardless if it is the best hand or no hand at all, each player at the table owes you 75. All right, folks, we are now going to our next hand where it's going to be Razor Piggy underneath the gun. Under the gun, he's got King 5 of clubs. That's an inevitable call. Over to Rick with the Queen 4 of clubs. He makes the call. And Frankie with the 98 O's. He's going to fold. And TV's 12 with the 2 walking sticks. He's got 2 sevens. He's going to make it 50 to go. And both Razor Piggy and Rick call.
I mean, what a dream flop. Him and I are. Keep it with 20 straddle, 5-10. What a dream flop.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? TB12 has flopped 4 sevens. And the king on the turn gives Razor Piggy kings and sevens. He checks. Razor Piggy bets 75. And the river. It's a queen. Wow. Razor Piggy has no idea that TB. And he folds. And he rolls over the 4 sevens. Translation, folks, to those that are not familiar with poker lingo, if you've ever had a person where you have flopped your opponent's dead, that's exactly how you do it with that kind of board. Flopping quad sevens. Again, here are our chip counts. I know, again, we are shorthanded. We've got Wooney and Wooney at the top stack here. TB12 kind of wishing he would be able to double through with those quad sevens. Action's going to be on Rick. Well, we got the straddle on, and he makes the call. Frank is going to fold the button with Queen 8. He makes the fold. Action over to... Oh, all right. We're waiting for some updates from our action tracker. Rick had made the raise to 20 with the 40 San Francisco 49er. TB12 called. Wooney called. Rage Piggy called. And a flop came Queen Deuce Ace. TB12 with a pair of aces. Wooney with the bottom pair. Wooney bets 30 and TB12 makes the call. 7 of hearts on the turn. No help to either player. It's going to go check. And Wooney's going to put out a bet of 55. Makes the call. And the king on the river so far, it's going to be the aces. And he's going to roll over the ace, and Wooney trying to make a move with that bottom pair is going to fold. And TB12 winning another pot. As you can see, our chip counts, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not going anywhere that doesn't have AC. You have your own fan? I don't have a fan. They don't have AC on.
Where are you playing at that doesn't have AC? What?
There's it's a game of football.
That's terrible. That sounds miserable.
Action's going to be on Frankie. He's got ace 4. He's going to fold. TB12 on the button with the 10-9 of clubs.
Game's good. I'm there.
Going to make the call.
Somewhere that's got no AC, there's not one.
Before you draw the line, huh?
It's going to go fold over the Rick, who makes the call with King Deuce. Oh, what a flop. TB12 has flopped a flush. Two of the clubs on the turn. No help. It's going to go check. Ace on the river. I know TB12's got to put out a bet, but I don't see Rick calling with bottom pair. Wow, that is 3 straight hands for TB12, and the second hand, and the second hand that. And the second hand that TB12 has flopped an opponent dead. As you can see, the players are looking over as while this live stream is going on. We have our Tuesday night satellite for our birthday bash multi-level multi-flight tournament for next month. $150,000 guarantee. It is a $500 entry, but we are holding satellites, $130 satellites. It is a 1 in 5, which means for every 5 players that are entered into the satellite, at least 1 will get a seat into our tournament next month. We are running satellites all through a couple times a week, all through until the tournament starts in the middle of October. Come in. We say we guarantee at least a $35,000 first place prize, but I can attest to you from our Summer Jam tournament, it will be more than that. And for that, you don't want to miss that out. You don't want to miss that. Come on down for that. And as we go to our next hand with a flop of 7, ace, 8, TB12 with the straight draw, Woody with queen high, and the 4 of diamonds. Oh, what a turn card. Woody's still ahead with queen high, but now only the 10-9 or jack that's not a diamond would allow him the best hand. Woody's going to make a bet, and he's going to win this pot. Here is our chip counts again. Aggressive as Woody is sitting at the top stack. Action's going to be under the gun for going to be under the gun with Woody with 10-7. Putting in the raise off the straddle, and of course, Razor Piggy putting in the 3 bet to 80, sitting with the Doyle Breads in hand with the 10 deuce. And it's going to go, Woody's going to make the call with 10-7. Here's the flop. It comes queen, 4, ace. No help to either player. Razor Piggy's going to put in the continuation bet, and it's going to be a raise and take it. Here are the chip stacks again. Now that we have an updated one here. Again, Razor Piggy, from what I've known, good guy, very aggressive player, lots of action, logs a lot of hours both here and a lot of hours here in regards to cash games, and also some of our tournaments as well. All right, folks, as we go to our next hand, it is a 5-5-10 game, and the straddle is on. Oh, and the double straddle is on. Excuse me, as we get that identified from our dealer Butcher. It is a 5-10 game, but we've got the $20 double. We got the $20 straddle and the $40 double straddle. Rick rakes it 40 to go, and Razor Piggy with no hesitation whatsoever, putting in the 3 bet to 145. Rick's gonna make the call with all kinds of cuts of the deck right now. And the flop comes 6, jack, king. Rick with the ace high is ahead, but Razor Piggy's gonna fire. Makes 100, bets 175. Rick with the ace high is going to make the call. And the turn is the 10 of clubs. Now that does give Razor Piggy a straight draw. The only problem is that if he makes his straight draw, he will lose to a bigger straight by Rick. And Rick, he's going to bet 350, and Rick with the ace high is going to lay it down. Again, folks, if you have any questions or anything you'd like to add in regards on the stream, also by all means, we'd appreciate any like, share, subscribe. We're trying to grow this as best as we can to probably make our streams more enjoyable for all of you, for everyone that watches here for you. We appreciate all of your comments. We appreciate anything as you wanted to add in regards to the stream. But we've got some action here where TB12 makes it 30 bet, made it 35 to go. Rick puts in what's in the raise to 140. Frankie makes the call, and TB12 makes the call as well. We've got 3 ways to this flop. The flop comes 4, 5, queen. Frankie is taking the lead with a pair of queens. Rick has a inside straight draw. A 6 would give him a straight, and TB12 has 2 of those. He's going to lead out for 150 with the 2 6s. Rick's going to make the call with the inside straight draw. And Frankie with top pair. He makes the call. We're still 3 ways to this. We're still 3 ways as we go to the turn. It's another queen. He now has 3 queens. And as you can see, Rick here with 8 high, still with the straight draw. He's going to check because the thing is, here's the thing. If the 6 gets there for Rick to make his 8 high straight, it will be no because it will give TB12 a full house 6s full of queens. And Frankie fired out for 550, and it's going to go fold, and he's going to take down this pot.
Doesn't show it, you said?
Yeah, if you don't show it, you're never like.
Aren't you invited back because you're not collecting?
No, I want the pain.
As you can see, folks, those are our chip stacks here in regards on it. And again, Frankie, one of the 3-headed cog that is Next Gen Poker, that is now a part of Poker House Dallas, which obviously we're more than happy to have them a part of our Poker House family. And as you can see, his game comes with his name comes with his game, and that game brings a lot of names. And speaking of that, he wakes up with 2 ducks under the gun.
Everybody pays you an extra like 200.
And we have into the Woonies in the small blind. He's got Jack 6. He folds. Razor Piggy's got a nice cut of the deck with King Queen in the big blind. He's going to make the call, and Rick's got Ace Queen. Looks like, he's going to put in the raise. He's going to make it 100 to go. Back over to Frankie with 2 deuces. He's going to make the smooth call, and Razor Piggy, he's going to call with the King Queen as well. We're 3 ways to this flop, folks. Razor Piggy with King Queen, Rick with Ace Queen, and Frankie with 2 deuces. Here's the flop, and it comes 5-6 Queen. Oh, folks, we've got action here. Both Razor Piggy and Rick have both flopped a pair of queens. Rick with the better kicker. Frankie's got the only diamond, though, but he's going to lay down the deuces. Razor Piggy's going to call with the second best queen. Here comes the turn. It's the Jack of Diamonds. Now there's 4 to a flush on the board, but action over to Rick. They're both going to check. And at 8, it's going to be the queens with the ace kicker with Rick's going to win the pot, but action's going to be on Razor Piggy. It comes check, and Rick's going to roll over the better queen, and he's going to take down this pot. As I go to look at our comments here in the chat, we got Wolfgang Poker House, I love you. Thank you very much, Wolfgang. And Jamie Foster giving a wave. It's like, hey, Jamie. Hope you're feeling better. Oh, Jamie Foster. Yes, I'll even do this on the chat. Acknowledge me. It's a little inside joke, folks. But here's our chip stacks. As you can see, action is fast and furious here. And again, it is a 5-5-10, which I believe I've allowed it to put on the $20 straddle, which is fine. That means it is 5-5-10-20, and I believe in some cases we've gotten up to 40. And Razor Piggy added after I raise the 35, he makes it 160 in the small blind. Rick with the 98 O's of hearts, he's going to make the call. Frankie's going to lay down the king deuce. And TB12 is going to make the call with the jack deuce, and Wooney is going to lay down the ace 4. We're going 3 ways to a flop. And it comes deuce 6 7. TB12 has flopped a pair of deuces. Rick has flopped an open end straight draw, and Razor Piggy is wanting them to put a brand new flop out. It goes check, check over to Rick with the open ender. He's going to make it a 225 to go. TB12 got a piece of it. He's got bottom pair. He's going to make the call, and Razor Piggy is going to lay down that ace jack. We're heads up to a turn. It's the 3 of clubs. Now Rick has TB12's got a pair and a flush draw. Rick still with the open ender. He makes it 400 to go, and TB12 with a pair and a flush draw. He's going to make the call. We're going to a river, folks. It's the 4 of clubs. TB12 has now a jack high flush, and Rick has 9 high. Action's going to be on Rick. I don't see how he can make a bet to push TB12 off of this. But even though the 5 of clubs would create a straight flush, but just still can't see how that would be coming. But I think he's going to try to fire out of this. He will. He's going to bet 700. And I know it's like, and TB12 has no choice. He said, like, if you've got a better flush, good luck to you. He's going to make the call. Rick's gonna knuckle over the 9 high, but TB12's going to roll over the jack high flush. He's going to win this pot. As we look as we see our chip counts here, obviously it has been a fast and furious action as we look to as we look into our chat and said we got Caleb Moreland, small stakes for Wooney and Jared. I could probably completely agree with you that Caleb. As we other players, it's like I can't say that Mr. Rajan. I can say Frank the freaking bank. Let's go, yeah. As Bo says, let's go, Frankie. Again, lots of followers and acknowledgers of Frankie and the boys with Next Gen Poker. And problem is, Jamie, you said I will not acknowledge you. Guess what? You just did. Action's gonna be on Rick. Again, we have the straddle. We have the 5, 5, 10. And the $20, and I believe, and the $40 straddle. Yep, we got the 5, 5, 10, 20, $40 straddle going. And it looks like if Jared's going to leave in out action, Wooney is going to make the call with 3 deuce, and Razor Piggy on the button with Jack 8. It's going to wrap the table. We're going to see a flop heads up. And the flop comes 4, ace, queen. Wooney has a wheel draw. A 5 would make a straight. And the 3 gives him the best hand. He puts out a bet. Razor Piggy makes the fold. Wooney picks up a pot. All right, folks, here we go as we are just waiting for the update in regards on to our next hand here. Here are our chip counts. Again, Wooney holding suit. I do know there have been a number of add-ons in regards to this. Remember, this was a $1,500 minimum buy-in and a match the stack for the max stack. It may have put a little. There may be some wiggle room here and there. But it has been called by Razor Piggy, and Rick has made it 125 to go with the Jack 9 of hearts. Razor Pig is going to make the call with the King 8 of clubs. And the flop is 4, 5, Jack. Oh, what a flop. Rick has flopped top pair. Razor Piggy has a King High flush draw. And the turn, it's a 10. So far, it's the pair of Jacks that's ahead. He makes the check over to Rick. He leads out for 125. And Razor Piggy going to make the call. He's going to try to get there. Here's the river. It's a king. He does just in the other way. He's made a pair of kings. Looks like here comes the fire. He bets out 400. And Rick has to not like that king on the river. Now, it does complete a couple of straights, but also it gives him the best pair on the board, too. Not sure if he may not want to make this call knowing that it came on the river. But I think he's going to be a good enough player to lay it down. Razor Piggy hanging around there is going to end up taking this pot.
I don't know if you can call it a hand. I can bet with this button. Thank you, sir. I can't wait for the stream. I don't know what kind of dog. Did y'all get the flop can? Yeah. Did y'all get the flop can yet? Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. What's the flop can? Because like, I'm sure you can't see the flop. He's joking.
It's up there. It's on that TV. Let's see. It's live right now.
All right, folks, as you saw our chip counts as we were going as to discussing a few things in regards to our stream. Again, yes, folks, we are steadily in the process of doing more and more things to improve our live streaming experience for you. And I know for a number of people, that would be one of our next things is to put in that flop cam for you, so that way you can see as those initial cards come out and the board. So you can see how it go aside from the action. There's a few other things where we're going to make an adjustment, but that's definitely one of them. And TB12 looking down at two Cowboys. He's going to make he's going to make it $50 to go. Wooney with the 2 6s puts in the 4-bet to 125. And TB12's going to make the call. Here we go, folks. It's 2 kings versus 2 6s. And the flop comes 10, king 3. TB12 has flopped the top set. Queen on the turn. TB12 checks. Wooney is going to check. And the jack of diamonds on the river. TB12 rolls over the set of kings. And Wooney folds. And funny, as aggressive as we've seen Wooney, I'm very surprised that with a 4-card straight on the board, he did not make a stab at that. All right, folks. Again, they are not scared or here. They put in the raise. They put in a 5, 10, 20, 40, and oh, what a hand to do it with. Wooney's got aces. Razor Piggy's got ace queen. TB12 has king queen. We've got a raise to 80 over to Wooney, who makes it 120. Oh, excuse me. It was a raise to 80 and a 3-bet to 125 and a 4-bet to 400. And Rick's got 2 jacks. Oh, excuse me. Razor Piggy makes it 500 to go. And Rick has 2 jacks.
Big old guy in the way.
He makes the call. TB12 with King Queen on the button. Gonna lay it down, and Wooney, it's just a question on how hard he comes with these 2 aces. He's been one of the most aggressive players at the table. He's looking at counts. And he's moved all in. Wow, folks. After a bet, after straddles, a bet, and a re-raise, and a 3-bet. The top stack of the table is moved all in, and there's a fold. Can Rick really lay down the 2 jacks? And he makes the call. All right, we've got 2 aces versus 2 jacks, and they're going once. Oh, and it flops 10-5 ace. Wooney's flopped the top set. He needs a lot of, Rick will need a lot of, but the queen gives him a flush and a straight draw. Here's the river.
Oh my God.
It's the 7 of hearts. Oh my gosh. Rick has backdoored a flush. Rick has backdoored a flush with the 2 jack that he is going to double through Wooney. It's only one of 2 ways that he could have gotten there, being the fact that Wooney was a 10-1 favorite on the flop when he flops top set. But the Queen of Hearts was the best tourney card he could get that gave him a straight and a flush draw, and then the 7 of Hearts. As you can see, we've got and wow, what a hand there. Aces versus jacks. And the jacks get there with a heart flush on the river. Look at that, folks. I mean, what can you say on that? I mean, you get in with you get a bet and a raise with the 2. You get a bet and a raise, and you're holding aces, and you run, and the jacks make the call. It seemed like he didn't want to make the call, and then when the ace comes on the flop top set, and you are pretty much you're pretty much one foot out the door, and it goes flush for you to be able to double through. That's the thing about poker. Sometimes, even with the best hand, it doesn't give you the best result.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. This is how weird the game is.
Hey, you got what you wanted. You just got to.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, as I was telling you, like, if you do the unconventional thing and just flat there, you're not going to win.
Again, folks, it looks like I believe they have on the 5, 5, 10, 20, $40 straddle.
Likely to call off because I'm not super deep. I'm rarely full. I put it in
Rick's gonna lay down, and Frankie folds over to TB12 with King 3.
Oh yeah, I'm folding.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If he just flats, then I see, because I have ace queen.
He makes the call, and Wooney's gonna check with the ace 4, and we're going to a flop. The flop comes down, Jack 3-9. TB12's got a pair of 3s. He was gonna put out a bet, he's gonna bet 75. Wooney's gonna lay it down. TB12's gonna win this pot.
Maybe if I didn't have any of these. Sorry to it. Don't make mistakes sometimes. Oh, there it is. Non-troll.
Again, here are our chip counts.
I like you. I like you too, man. I appreciate you, Jack.
I've only ever seen him mad once. I'm not
again, to those obviously there, thank you for those that have been tuning into the stream with that. I do know that, yes, we are playing shorthanded, but I do know we have players on the way. Again, we will be taking this stream up to the 10 o'clock hour. And now, apparently, unless all of a sudden the tournament ended, unless our satellite ended earlier, I believe that my co-cohort, Fast Eddie Izinga, is going to be able to come into the booth shortly as we go into our next hand with TB12 and Razor Piggy with a 5 deuce 7 of hearts flop, and TB12 sitting with the 10 of hearts, going to raise and take this pot. Here are our chip counts. It looks like it's pretty much leveled off now. After Wooney's double through, after the double through from Rick, from Wooney. All right, as we go into our next hand again, we got the blinds and the straddle and the double straddle on. It's gonna be on Rick. He's got Jack 3 on the button. He's gonna lay it down. Over to Frankie, who's he's got the hammer. He's got the 7 deuce. He's gonna make it 85 to go. TB12 gonna lay it down. He's gonna fold over to Razor Piggy, who's got 8-4. He's gonna lay it down, and guess what? Frankie's gonna roll over the 7 deuce, and he's gonna get paid the bonus. Here is our VPIP, folks. Translated, that means voluntarily put chips in the pot. It's been TB and TB12 and Razor Piggy at the top, and Woody a close second.
All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for your time, kids. Here comes a good one in Rick. Good luck to you now.
And as we are doing a dealer change over from Butcher over to one of our live stream dealers, Rick, he's just getting antiquated into the box. Also, who else is getting antiquated in the box? None other than one of my #1 cohorts when it comes to our live stream. None other than Fast Eddie Zinga. Eddie, how are you, sir?
Doing well. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, sir. Going good. We've had some crazy hands already.
I saw one of the hands with Rick where he jacks versus aces and he goes runner for the flush.
Runner fresh. I mean, if he could have pulled out a perfect card on the turn, that Queen of Hearts would have been it.
Yeah, it looks like we got a number of viewers in the chat this evening.
We got a number of viewers in the chat. We got some names you know and some names you might not know, and a lot of followers of Next Gen Poker.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Jamie Foster. Hey, it's Eddie Batinga. How are you doing? You still need to hang out when you get back to Dallas?
Now you must acknowledge us.
Then Wolfgang Poker, one of the more popular poker vloggers out there. Thanks for tuning in and joining. If I'm in the booth right now, that means I busted out of the satellite.
Oh, that answers that question. I know we had 65 entries into the tonight's satellite.
13 get a seat. So
that tells you, folks, 13 players that got into this satellite will get a $500 seat into our multi-level, multi-flight Danielle Birthday Bash tournament next month. Again, it's a $150,000 guarantee. First place will at least get $35,000, but I can anticipate it will be more, considering I'm glad he is in here. That Fast Eddie Batinga that owes me a dinner.
I still owe you dinner.
Owes me a dinner at Saltgrass because I of course predicted that we would go over our last tournament guarantee, and so Eddie, while we have a chance to kind of be antiquated while some players are just getting into this hand, what happened in the tournament?
Oh, I got in 8s versus Jackson. I just busted out.
Oh.
I was actually pretty dead for a little bit, but I hung in there and I stuck tight. Only fired 1 bullet, so I'm okay with that. Made it through registration and I did what I could do.
Well, that's
I already have a seat, so I'm not overly concerned.
oh, well, there you go, folks. As you can see, he was already into our tournament. Again, folks, we will be running satellites every week up to, including up to the actual week of the tournament in mid-October. In addition to all of our other tournaments that we have, by all means, come on down. There are new exciting things that are happening here at Poker House of Dallas. Our time, literally just within the last really week, our time changed. The add into Next Gen Poker, the announcement of our next big tournament, the addition of our live stream cash games. Everything is so exciting in regards to everything that's being added here at Poker House of Dallas. So you should definitely want to be a part of it because it's only going to get better.
Is this game in match to stack?
Yes, it is, Eddie. It was a $1,500 minimum buy-in. It was and a match the stack, which I believe was a loose is a slight loose term in regards of a few players. So
Touche.
we gotta as we get to this flop here. Razor Piggy has flopped top 2 pair, and TB12 and Wooney haven't flopped much of anything. But that queen on the turn gives TB12 a straight draw, gives Wooney an up and down straight draw, and Razor Piggy's going to lead out. TB12 is going to make a call. I know Woody definitely is, but the open ender. Here's the river. It's a 10. TB12 is backdoored Broadway. An ace high straight. Razor Piggy checks, and I think TB12 is loading up fire, getting ready to launch the bomb. And Razor Piggy makes the fold. Here are chip counts. It's been pretty much balanced in regards after a few double ups.
And this is a slightly impromptu game. I mean, this is a game that's on the docket. We had some players that were last minute additions. Frankie was pretty much last minute addition. I texted Rick a couple days ago and he filled in one of the spots. So hopefully going forward, this game is gonna be a full table. I think we're gonna hopefully get this as a regular game going here at Poker House.
Absolutely, I do know that he said that Jared Razorbaker said that he had one either a player or two that was coming from the airport.
Oh,
that was going to come from the airport straight here to jump into this game. It may not. Now the only downside is whether or not if he actually will be able to play on part of the live stream. Again, folks, our stream is going to go until the 10 o'clock hour. In regards on that, but do not fret. Tune in tomorrow when we have our Wednesday 1-3 notorious cash game with some of our Poker House regulars that come with the same kind of action, and I've got just as much gamble.
This game is playing relatively deep for a 5-5-10 game.
Oh, it is. I believe because the other thing is that they've also it's funny. We're 5-handed,
right?
And it's a 5-5-10, but they've been also in most cases put the straddle and the double straddle on.
Oh, have they really?
So it literally is a 5-blind game.
I've only been in the booth for a couple of hands now, so I really haven't paid attention to the action. So.
As we go, action's going to be on Rick. He's got the 6 deuce. Gonna lay it down over to Frankie. He's got ace 5 of clubs. Gonna put in the raise. Gonna make it 80 to go. And TB12 with the queen deuce. Gonna make the call. Woody lays down the 9-3, and Razor Piggy's got it. He's got the 7 deuce.
Are they playing 7 deuce?
Yes, they are, okay. Eddie, and he's going to make it 3 1/4 to go. Yes, they all have agreed that if you win hand with 7 deuce, everyone owes you 75.
I'm interested to see if Frankie's going to just flat here, fold, or maybe 4-bet bluff.
Or just fold.
Decides to fold.
And I think TB12, I don't think he's going to make this call either. And and you can see he's flinching because he already knows it. And he rolls it over.
Nobody's away from the table every time.
What are they paying each other for? Is it $100?
75.
75?
75 from each player.
That's pretty steep on a 5-handed.
And 75 for each player. And for what I've seen on the stream so far, the 7 deuce has been claimed 3 times.
Oh, is it really?
3 times so far.
He's gonna see it. Four bet snap fold the 7 deuce. Feel worse. You should be thankful this happened. 'Cause you didn't 4 bet. It would have been worse if you did. It would have been. Oh yeah.
I actually thought it looked like Frankie was looking to 4-bet that hand. Right
I
there.
think he was. I mean, he was kind of. I think he was. If he was in a better scenario before the 3-bet came out, I think he might have made the call just to see the flop with the suited ace. It's gonna go fold back to Jared, who's got 10-7 this time. He's gonna make the call, and Rick with the jack deuce gonna check. And a flop of ace, king, 10. Razor Piggy's got bottom pair. Rick has a straight draw. Rick's going to lead out for 25. Razor Piggy calls. Here's the turn. 6 of diamonds. No help to either player.
Look for it to go check. Unless Rick decides to double barrel here. Which I could see him double barreling.
And yes, he does.
That's 3/4 pot. Snap call.
Gonna make the call here. Going to the river. It's a 5, and it's the 10s for Razor Piggy. He checks.
I think Rick's gonna double barrel, gonna overbet pot for 350.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he is he's roguing this pot, folks. He's going to bet 375.
375, excuse me.
Razor Pig is sitting with just middle pair. It's going to make the call. And rolls over the 10s, and it's going to be good. Razor Piggy picking up this picking up this pot. Here again is our chip counts. All right, folks, as we go into our next hand of this live stream, action's going to be on well, it was going to be on our missing player Wooney, but we got Razor Piggy who's going to make the call on raise of 35 over to Rick. With the 5-4 of clubs, he's going to make it 160 to go.
In a tight configuration like this, you can definitely make these types of moves. Obviously, Razor Piggy's pretty sticky. A lot of these players at the table are pretty sticky, so...
Let me have the free 7 deuce money. Never comes easy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what a flop. And Rick right on cue, he's flopped 3 5s.
I think he's going to barrel her because... Yeah, there's just no way Razor Piggy's going to put him on any of this type of board. Look for Razor Piggy to continue.
Whoa, he folds.
He folds, okay.
As we go to our chip counts, and just a little bit of information, thankfully, thanks to Eddie here. Rick is not just any Rick. His the full AKA would be Ricardo Alvarado, and from what I've been told, he has just a touch over $2 million.
I think about 2.1 also has a WSOP bracelet.
Yes, if
Winning the Crazy Eights.
Crazy Eight,
2017, I believe, was the year.
I believe it says here 2019. 2019.
Okay, so it was early.
And
more
folks,
recent than I thought.
and folks, that comes with has to come with some bravado, because I believe this was the second largest field in World Series of Poker history. The gentleman sitting at this table outbested, get this folks, outbested a field of 10,185 players to win that bracelet.
Yeah, actually, him and his wife are becoming really good friends of mine over the course of. I was out in Vegas for 2 months for the series, and over the course of the summer, became pretty good friends with him. Actually, one night, the girls, I think Rick was playing a tournament. His wife Jennifer, they had a girls' night with some friends, and then me and a friend were watching everybody's respective babies. So they have a cute little son named Zay, and so. Just a little crusher. He lives, I think, if I'm correct, I believe that him and his wife and son live out in Sherman. So he comes down here a few times a week to play in Dallas, between here and Texas Card House. And so, good guy. Hang out with him when he comes into town. Once every other week in some capacity. So good guy. I was actually the guy that brought him into this game.
Oh wow! So.
Yeah.
Well, there are about 10,184 people that weren't happy that you did. But just to show you how crazy that figure is, for the fact that when he won his bracelet in 2019, the 10,185 entrants is actually more than the first 34 main events of the World Series of Poker combined. That's how huge that field is, folks. To win a bracelet of over 10,000 people, it's actually larger than the first 34 main events of the World Series of Poker, and bigger than the one that Jamie Gold won his bracelet in 06.
He won $12 million for that, right?
He won $12 million, and he bested 8,873 players in that one.
Yeah, I think that was when they were paying 10 or 12%. Now they're doing 15%, I think.
That was the year that I believe that they paid the top 12. The top 12 players got $1 million that year. But, of course, I mean, now that they've adjusted the prize pools accordingly. But, of course, last year, anybody that has had a chance, that did get a chance to get out to Vegas amongst what they call Poker Summer Camp, knew that it was the largest number of bracelets that they gave away. Finally, that Vegas had a chance to pull down all the restrictions in regards with COVID. That everything's been able to be open, and they took every precaution possible, and so they opened up the floodgates, folks. They had almost 90 bracelet events this past summer here in 2022, till we got to our eventual world champion, and even then we still had events even after the main event.
I'll tell you what, it was a fun experience. I'll never do it again just because of just the mental grind. I was initially slated to only be there for 10 to 14 days, and I just ended up staying there for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, and just didn't realize the mental acumen you needed to play tournament poker over a 2-month period, especially against the elite type of players. I mean, there's some of the tournaments, the really good value tournaments, that the players are not that good, but just playing long hours a day, multiple days a week was just mentally grinding. Again, it was it was one of those check it off your bucket list type things.
I can attest to being a bucket list event, because if we're honest, I mean that's the World Series of Poker, ladies and gentlemen. We know is for every poker player. That's the dream, just to be able, maybe just to go there, maybe just to play there, maybe honestly, you have a chance to. I know in a number of rooms, a number of home games, a number of family and friends get together. They say, "Hey, let's all put a couple $100 together each month, and we'll all play it down. The winner's going to go to the series." Hey, I mean, it truly is still the Great American Gold Rush as far as I'm concerned, because, I mean, for the fact that whatever you put into, and easily, I believe there were a number of events at the series that had small buy-ins that had a first place of over $1 million.
Right. I mean, there was multiple fields where 10K plus. Again, a super fun experience.
Absolutely. And I think, you had that, Eddie's taking a test to it, to have fields with over 10,000 entrants that had multiple $1 million or high six-figure prizes on top, and a number of people that you know what, they took their shot and ended up walking out with a bracelet. And then, of course, a number of well-known stories from all of the players that we all known, especially our most importantly, I think the one thing that I think does exist with this was, at least story-wise, was Scott Seaver and the flipping go is like in regards like when we had our Eddie flips during the Summer Jam tournament, but Scott Seaver that entered into the flip and go tournament where the only way you get into the tournament is to win a flip. And now these are $1,000 flips, ladies and gentlemen. Now, obviously, to get into a flip and go at this event.
I think, if I'm correct, I think he fired like 30-something bullets in that thing.
43.
43? Okay.
He fired $43,000 in flips.
Well, I knew he had made a final table before that, so I think he was pretty cash flush at that point.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it. But it's like, I mean, when do you have to ask the question of when do you stop after when you've gone through 5, 10, 20 flips and you haven't gotten in yet?
Right.
I mean, statistically, you're going to get statistically, you're going to win a flip, win a 9-handed flip once every, 11 times?
I'm not sure what the stat is on that, but you definitely should not advance once out of 43 times.
43 flips, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, some players have that ability. The same way that people thought it was an audacity that someone offered up wanted to put together $1 million buy-in tournament. But heck, that exists too, if not more. As we go into our next hand, again, we got all the actually we got the full straddles here. We got the 5, 10, 5, 5, 10, 20, 40 on the button. Woonies with the 2 4s with the double straddle. And it's going to fold over to TB12, who's going to make the call with the Queen 10.
I do miss those like WSOP big stack chip, like they let you get like real big stacks. I miss that. What do you mean you miss those? How old are you?
I always like listening to the table talk to hear what these guys are talking about.
Is that your first World Series and then they changed it your second? I wasn't old enough.
And we go to a flop of ace 3 deuce. It's the 2 4s for Wooney, and he picks up a wheel draw. And it's going to be a raise and take it.
It looks like we're about to have a dealer change, so and these guys are talking about how back in the day in the old World Series, where everyone used to have the ante versus the big blind ante, so people will have towers and towers of stacks. Even though it looked really intimidating, they really didn't have that many chips. It's just the cumulative total of all the small chips that they had.
Absolutely, I know. But back when the final table, I believe they're speaking of the year on 2005. That was the Joseph Hashem. It was the year that Aussie, oi, 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 took over the poker world, and ended up that Joe Hashem ended up being the first foreign-born world champion since Carlos Mortensen in 2001, and when he made his move, and the funny part people don't realize is that when Joe Hashem won the main event with 5 players, he was in 5th place.
Okay.
In 5 players, he was in 5th place, and what ended up happening at that final table is that Scotty Lazar, that was 3rd in chips, unfortunately had a massive chip meltdown. 3 hands back to back to back. He ended up doubling up Hashem. He doubled up Hashem, he doubled up Tex Barch, and then he made the mistake of not playing the ace 5 that would have given him quads, and then ends up getting knocked out by Andy Black, I think just out of frustration when Andy made the move with 2 jacks. But from then on out, through all of that, he kind of bided his time, got down to a three-way heads up with himself, Steve Daneman, and McKinney's own Tex Barch. Tex ended up moving all in with the ace 4. Daneman called with 2 7s, and Hashem had 2 jacks. They ended up going check, check. Ace never got there for Tex Barch. And then, of course, the hand we all know that Joe got it in with 7-3 against Ace 3. Flops a 7 high straight. Danneman turns the ace for top pair, and his 7-3 ends up netting him $7.5 million and our first Australian-born world champion. We're going 5 ways again. I think we have all the straddles in.
So I actually got here a little early. I got here early today, but I worked for the majority of the day, and then I ended up playing probably around 4 o'clock. And I had the pleasure of playing with Frankie and mentioned this game. And he asked if we had an open and see, and I asked him if he was interested in playing. And I think he shot out a few texts, and he said, "Yeah, I'll take the seat." So he was a last-minute addition to today's stream. So a pleasant addition. And I'm sure, as everyone already knows in the chat, we at Poker House announced a nice little partnership with the Next Gen group, and so look for a lot of future events in terms of live streams, meetup games, and events with these 3 young gentlemen.
Yes, absolutely. It was announced, I think, just yesterday, where the 3 gentlemen here with Next Gen Poker have now become part of the Poker House family, which obviously is an exciting venture that we are going on with in regards with all of the other additions and changes that are occurring here, all for the better here at Poker House Dallas, all for you, for the player and for the viewers in regards of part of our stream.
Interesting lines that are being taken here with these hands.
And we got a raise in the 4-bet. Oh, what a flop comes King 8-8. Wooney has flopped 2 pair. TB12 with the 2-3 is going to bet 100, and Wooney's going to make the call. Deuce on the turn. It's going to TB12 is going to check. Wooney looks like he's going to put in the bet, making it 200. TB bet makes the call, and the 4 on the river. It's going to be the kings and 8s for Wooney. It's going to go check, check. And Wooney's going to take down the pot.
So we saw no one could post YouTube videos about poker. So we never played poker before, but we just went up. We never played at a casino. We played little home games. And we started recording videos and immediately started getting views. And that was 2 years ago. Now we play big games like this. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. I missed it. What's your start? I want to hear your start. We all met college, started playing little 25 cent, 50 cent home games on a pool table at a fraternity house. We're the last 3 in every fucking game. I need to go. The last 3 games. Sound like we actually like the game. We made a little group chat called Poker Theory. And just studied the rest is history, played together. How's the YouTube channel? I don't know.
Mr. Hayden 14 in the chat. Hey, how's it going, Hayden? DFS Brat. How do you get on the stream, DFS Brat? So in terms of getting on maybe this particular stream or other streams, again, this is going to be one of the bigger games here that we host at Poker House. We will be having a number of 1-3, 1-2, 2-5 games coming up. We actually haven't quite figured out a systematic way for people to get in the stream, unless Craig knows something I don't know yet.
Well, for what I've been able to try to relate in regards to some people, I said, reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or you can send an email with your contact information and the games that you're wanting to play on the stream at info@thepokerhouse.com. Okay. Action here is going to be on Frankie's going to fold the King 9 over to TB12 with 8-4. And Wooney's gonna make the raise. Gonna make it there. Make the bet with the ace 10. It's gonna be a raise and take it.
Craig, is there any way? Again, I don't really know how to use the software. I just know how to mute and keep myself quiet if I need in the event that I need to. But is there any way that we can pull up like the statistics in terms of what players are up, what players are down, their VPIP? I know the chip counts come out on a regular basis, but in terms of cumulative winnings, VPIPing, and things of that nature, again with a game like this, I feel like as though the viewers would want to see those types of statistics, not necessarily all the time, but more than so on a 1-2 game or a 2-5 game. So we're going to be three-handed to this flop on a king-high board with 2 diamonds. TB12 in the 5 seat with a significant portion of the lion's share of the equity on this hand. Look for TP12 to continue barreling. Oh, yeah, opposite check. Interested to see if he check raises here. And he does check raise. And he gets there on the river with a king high flush.
Oh wow, yeah, that's gonna be a
smaller bet, maybe in the 250 range. Okay.
Oh, 500.
500 to 900.
And makes the call.
Bigger bet there, gets some value out there from Razor Piggy.
Forgive us on the angles, folks. Again, it will update shortly in regards of our camera angles.
I always like hearing the table talk, just keeping quiet, letting them talk and hear what they're talking about.
I know.
It's fun. Plus, I think it's a nice change of pace from us commentating in the booth for the viewers in the chat and live stream to hear what everybody's talking about.
Absolutely, folks. As we have this hand here between TB12 and Wooney, it's been a TB12 with Ace King, Wooney with Ace 8 of Spades, and the flop comes Queen 6 Jack. TB12's got the Broadway draw, and they both turn an ace, but TB12's got the better kicker.
Bet call.
And the 5 on the
bet call as well.
Yep, I believe you're right, Eddie. It's going to go bet call from TB12's going to bet 200. Wooney's going to make the call, and he's going to turn over the better ace, but the better kicker.
And I think that obviously the check back on the flop helps a ton. And so when he barrels a turn and river, with him having an ace, with a mediocre kicker, he's not going to put TB12 maybe on a hand like Ace King. But again, this based off what I saw last week, this is a game that plays a rather loose and speculative. So it took me a couple of seconds to come up with the words to say.
Just a little bit, folks. Forgive me, Eddie. Forgive Eddie. He hasn't had a chance. Honestly, he lost a ruthless game of high stakes Scrabble.
That's okay. Yeah. and I'm also, courtesy of Mr. Rick Alvarado, I am sipping on a glass of Maker's Mark while I'm in the booth. So.
Oh, okay, folks.
Can I say that on the stream?
Well, if any advertisers or supporters of Maker's Mark would like to be a sponsor of our live stream, please reach out to us here on any of our social media or come by at 1676 Regal Road, Dallas, Texas.
Check bet full on this line. Raise a pig, unless he checks for deception on the river to set up a river bet. That's 350. TB12 is going to fold here. The board's a little wet in terms of some straight draws, so a bet here makes sense. TB12 with nothing really to call with, likes to lay it down. DFS Brett, hey, thanks for that. You know, one of the things we've talked about here at Poker House is we're going to try to stream multiple days a week between these various cash games and some of these weekly tournaments. And with some of these weekly tournaments, there's some lower buy-ins, and with that being said, we're going to have a lot of opportunities for some players that would normally not get a chance to play on a live stream, get an opportunity to play on a live stream. So again, we're not quite sure in terms of a schedule, in terms of our tournament, in terms of streaming. In terms of streaming between cash and tournament, but look for probably 45 days a week, Craig, don't you think?
I don't doubt that. I think that's pretty accurate there. I know at least we've gotten up to at least between final tables of tournaments and streams of a cash game, we're upwards of at least we're going live with our platform at least 4 nights a week. So with the option, looks like that we may go more depending on a few things with that. So by all means, this is a perfect chance for those that want to absolutely be a part of it. In some retrospects, come on down. Obviously, we're always open to new and exciting people that are going to be a part of it.
And I believe we just picked up a 6th player. I walked out to get a drink, and there was a new player at the table. So I think now, based off where we're at in the stream with our 15-minute delay, we have a new player, and I believe in the 9 seat. So now we are now 6-handed. DFS definitely look forward to seeing you this Sunday. I don't think we have anything going on. I take that back. I think we're supposed to be live streaming on Sunday, right?
Are we? At least to my knowledge, I know that I did see that we were working on a few things, but I do know tonight we will, tomorrow we will.
I will not be in the booth tomorrow.
You will not be in the booth tomorrow. I do know that usually Wednesday ends up being a double because if we are going with the same platform as last week, we will live stream our very popular
Patrick's game, the 1-2-5
Yes,
game.
our very popular Patrick's game is our very popular 1-3 game, as well as the
Final
table of our Katie's game tournament. That's always one of our bigger tournaments during the week. And then on Saturdays, on our Saturday Deep Stack, we end up streaming the final table with that as well.
And I think over the course of the next 2 weeks talking, I had lunch with Eric, and an impromptu lunch with Eric and Min yesterday, and look for them to make some announcements over the next week or so with regard to some changes in the tournament, actual tournaments and tournament structures. So look for that.
As we go into this flop of 6-4-8 at Frankie with the 2 9s and Razor Piggy with a 2-way straight draw, and a 10 is still good, but looks like Frankie's gonna lead out, and he leads out for 550 with the 2. It was 575 with the 2 9s.
And that's a function of betting for protection. He maybe thinks that Razor Piggy has some overcards. There's some flush draws out there, some other straight draws out there. So I would anticipate maybe this flop going check, or the turn going check, possibly.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Razor Piggy checks still with 2-way straight draw, and
Frankie may elect to double barrel here to deny equity against Razor Piggy. Again, know that there's some straight draws out there and flush draws out there, especially specifically with the spade draws. Frankie not having a spade in his hand, he unblocks spades. Yep, elects to check back wisely on the turn. Probably going to go into check call mode.
And the 6 on the river, that's going to wrap this hand for Frankie as long as he doesn't fold.
Look for Razor Piggy. Like, he knows he's probably not going to win.
Oh wow! He's just usually Razor Piggy's a one where he's going to always, if there's an opportunity for him to fire at the river, make a river bet at the end to try to take away a pot, he will. But it looks like he did checks over to Frankie. Now Frankie's sitting there going to see if he could make a value bet on the end to try to get max value on this pot.
That 6 is kind of a troublesome card.
He's just gonna wrap. He's gonna wrap the table. He's gonna fold. He's gonna roll over the 2 9s. 10 high. He's gonna roll over the 2 9s. He's gonna take this pot.
Yeah, and that 6 is a somewhat of a troublesome card for him, even though Razor Piggy theoretically shouldn't have any sixes there, but again, with this being Texas in a wild game, he could have sixes there. So for him to check there, he has enough showdown value so we can take a pot down against Razor Piggy. Looks like Frankie's having a pretty good night thus far. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's had a couple hands. He's held his own. I know there was one hand he got the double through with that.
Yeah, bro, on the TV, Piggy, all I see on the TV is massage.
And again, for the record, I know right now the camera angle is stuck on Frankie from Next Gen.
Which is not on purpose, ladies and gentlemen.
That's my fault. That's one of my responsibilities as the sidekick commentator, that I'm supposed to rotate the camera in the event that it gets stuck. Sometimes I neglect to do so. So
It's okay, Eddie. We do forgive you. Besides, you have to make sure that I do accommodate to all my co-commentators. Although, in addition to, hey, if anyone would like to also, because I know Eddie being the player that he is, I know he is a avid cash game player, avid tournament player. So he's not in the booth with me all the time. So if you were wanting to be in the booth with me as well, I am open to those that are interested, that have a sound mind in regards to poker and everything else. We can bring you in all the ways.
I see Rick. I can check back. Surprised that Frankie checked there. He's got a lot of cards on the turn that could improve his equity.
Absolutely, he's got with the inside straight draw and any face card, and it looks like he's gonna raise. It's gonna be a raise and take it. Frankie all of a sudden at the top of the chick count.
DFS bet, if you're interested in getting in the booth again, I'll probably, between Craig and myself, we'll probably do a majority of the commentating. There'll probably be a day where I'm lead commentator, and then I'll have somebody filling in, and Craig, because Craig can't be here, and some days that Craig will be the lead commentator and I won't be able to be here. So get in contact with Eric Anderson here at Poker House, Craig Dobson here at Poker House as well, and throw your hat in the ring here.
Absolutely, because I know we've had a lot of interest of those that want to be involved with our live stream, and trust me, we will have a number of platforms in regards of also have another platforms of those to be able to play in our stream, because we will have a number of games with a various amounts of levels of play. As aside from this one, folks, as we got Frankie with the raise to 160 with the two jacks. TB12 made the quick call with 5-4.
Oh, and Gator Wade. Yeah, he's a frequent player at the Lodge.
Oh, wow.
So I saw him a few days ago playing at the Lodge. So for him to come up here and play this game, thanks Gator Wade for coming up here. Likes to get. I watched a number of the Lodge streams, and I know he likes to get in a lot of hands. So I think now, with the dynamics of this table, the configuration of this table, with a new player like Gatorade, and it's going to be a fun next few hours or so.
Absolutely, folks. As Frankie's going to pull the raise and take it, I know TB12 is just been limping in with a connector, trying to see if he can hit a flop. And Frankie just running strong. I know as we see our new player, Gatorade, as again, of course, Eddie is aware of this gentleman. Big action player, plays in other streams as well. We're going to go to our chip count. As you can see, Gatorade has decided to go with the match to stack. Again, folks, this was a $1,500 minimum buy-in, and I matched the stack on the max buy-in, and Gatorade has elected to take that route as that he has bought in for $10,000. And it's going to get folded around to TB12 in the small blind with the ace-4. He's going to make a raise over to 75. Going to get folded over to Razor Piggy. He's going to lay it down to Gatorade with the kids game, AC Doocy. And the flop comes Jack, Queen, Jack. And TB12, surprisingly, with the ace-4, is ahead. He's going to put out a bet of 225. Gator Wade's going to make the fold. TBT is going to raise and take it. As we looked down and said to our chat, I said, with DFS break, yes, absolutely. I know I will be here. So if you stop in, hey, if you stop in tomorrow, yeah, absolutely. We can be able to talk and see what we can do in regards on that. So, and in regards also for those that I know we will have tomorrow night is our exciting 1-3 Wednesday night Patrick's game. Number of our regulars, lots of big action. You never know what's going to happen when regards on those streams. I know last week was an absolute was absolutely bonkers in regards to some of the action, some of the hands there. You can only expect for that same action, if not more, coming up tomorrow night here on the live stream here at Poker House Live. Your all-access live stream area. As we go to our next flop here with the flop coming 10-3-4, both Razor Piggy and Gator Wade have both flopped a pair of fours, but Rick's going to lead out with the queen high. Razor Piggy's going to make the call. Gator Wade is going to wrap the table as well. And a turn is a 6. Wow, what a turn card for Razor Piggy. He's now made 2 pair. He's going to check. Gator Wade checks, and Rick with the queen high is going to fold. 8 of clubs. They're going to go check, check, and Razor Piggy's going to roll over the 2 pair, and he's going to win this pot.
DFS, I will probably.
I know. I told him I said I would. So.
I don't think I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be an off day for me in terms of like quote unquote working. Let me rephrase that. Poker working and playing. So tomorrow's going to be off day. I will probably more than likely be back on Thursday. So
yes, he'll be in his other office as opposed to the one on the felt.
My real office. Come by and introduce yourself to Craig and to Eric. So I know you guys are planning on streaming Patrick's game as well as Katie's final table.
The final table of Katie's game, yeah. It's our own K&P.
Right.
The reason I just got back in college, I started a consulting job, so I've been doing poker in the hobby. That's how you
I believe Gator Wade is from the Austin area. More than likely.
I believe so. Honestly, it seems like if you've seen it, you have to come. Obviously, he says it's a flight. He came from the airport.
Oh, he flew?
I think he flew in. I believe he flew up from Austin.
Oh, that's gangster. Oh, wow. What a nice little flop here.
Yeah, what a flop here. TB12's flopped 3 queens. Wooney's got the inside straight draw.
I wonder if he's going to check raise here.
Wow, he just makes the call. Seven of hearts in the turn. No help to either player. And the ace of hearts. Now
Look at the check, check.
It does put 4 hearts on the board.
Okay. TB12 is going to lead out the river. He does have trips.
Yep. And he's going to bet 500.
Yeah, and Wooney with no showdown value either is just going to fold and maybe elect to turn his hand into a bluff. I highly doubt this based off this run out.
I think he is. Yeah, he is turning his hand into a bluff. He bets 2. He raises the 2,000.
What a good move.
And gets TB12 to fold.
Yeah, you're never ever calling with Jack 9 there. You have literally no showdown value whatsoever. So you're either just going to lay it down, or you just you're forced to turn your hand to a bluff, and that it raises 4x to TB12's river bet a 500 gets him to fold trip queens there. Again, it's a really bad run out for trips with going runner hearts.
I know, runner hops, and also, I mean, there was a straight still there.
I got Maker's Mark if you want. We're just asking if you want. Probably soon.
And Rick talking about the Maker's Mark. He texted me while he was on the stream while I was playing the satellite. He asked, "What's the easiest way to get alcohol?" I said to get it Ubered or to DoorDash it here.
Or yeah,
And the next thing I know, he comes up to me at the satellite table. He's like, "Hey, Maker's Mark is here if you want some." So I am currently in the booth sipping on some Maker's Mark.
oh, and I guess we're gonna
Just for the commentator.
just for the viewers. Like, there we go, folks. You see, he is drinking with some Maker's Mark. I am drinking I'm a well-known green soft drink.
So thank you, Mr. Rick Alvarado, courtesy Maker's Mark.
And if anybody is there from Maker's Mark that is watching this stream that would like to become a sponsor, please reach out to me here at Poker House of Dallas, 1676 Regal Road, Dallas, Texas.
And Renee, good luck tomorrow in Patrick's game tomorrow. I won't be here in the booth. I have some other plans for tomorrow evening, but I'll probably I'll tune in a little bit if I get the opportunity.
Yeah, actually, yeah, absolutely. Yep, that is Renee. Also, deferred name Three Neck.
Oops. Misstep.
Ruh-roh.
That raisy pick.
Ruh-roh.
I think he's just going to call her. I don't think there's any... not worse is going to call you. So, three diamonds get there.
Three diamonds get there. There is being the fact there is a straight on the board. But my mindset is
the board is a straight itself.
Yeah,
so.
but the problem is that knowing that Razor Piggy knows this, and if a raise is coming, he's got to assume a 7. Actually, he may assume the 7 deuce, which sucks because then the 7 deuce actually would be the best hand.
And he would win $75 from each player.
And he would win the bonus too.
Mooney in the tank. Trying to think of what value hands that Razor Piggy is re-raising with him on the river based off this run out.
It's the exact reverse of what he just did to TB12 the very last hand with the 3 queens, and got him to made the big river bet and got him to fold the 3 queens with Jack High. It came out running hearts to put 4 hearts on the board. Now it comes out running diamonds to put 3 diamonds on the board, even though there's a 6 high straight on the board. And though Woody is sitting with a 7, it's not the best hand. It's not even the best straight.
Well, he is blocking 7-8, so there's probably not too many value. He's probably eliminating 7-8 from Razor Piggy's hand holdings. Concerned that he's potentially putting Razor Piggy on a flush. He does unblock all the diamonds. What diamonds would Razor Piggy have here? I was just walking into the booth after getting a refill on my Maker's Mark, so I did not see the pre-flop action and the flop action. I just picked up on the turn and river, so I'm not sure what types of flushes Razor Piggy is representing here, based off the action.
And makes the call. Wow.
After about a 3-minute tank, Woody makes a good call. That pushes them up to over 12K.
Wow. Yep. As we now have Kari back in the booth.
And ladies and gentlemen, just confirmed with both Rick Alvarado and Frankie from Next Gen that at the conclusion of this live stream, getting both of those players in the booth to kind of talk about their experience tonight and just talk about their poker experience in general. Again, one of the things we want to do here at Poker House with our players on the live stream and in tournaments is, for tournaments, get the winners in here, talk about, their experience winning their specific tournament on these live streams, getting various players on the stream to come in and talk about their play for that specific evening or just, their background. And for those of you in the chat, can you hear the table chatter? We want to give you all viewers in the chat and live stream to hear kind of some of the table talk between these players.
And again, we got Gator Wade and TB12 in this hand with TB12 with top pair. Now with the King of Diamonds turning a straight draw. Gatorade still with the spade draw. Wow. Gatorade let out for 1,500. And gets TB12 to fold the best hand.
And I legitimately just stepped out of the booth. So I did not see any of that hand until I walked in and sat down.
Here is our aggression frequency. As you can see, it's mostly been Woony and Razor Piggy at the top of that ladder.
It definitely does not surprise me based off last week's stream.
As it gets getting folded around back over to T12 on the button with the Doyle Brunson in diamonds. And Woony with ace 5. Gonna make the call, and Razor Piggy with ace jack. Oh, that's his line, folks. He is firing all cylinders. He's gonna make it 250 to go. TB12, not ready.
I want to be surprised. Well, okay.
Well, TB12 that's got a hand that adds up to 12. Nope, he's gonna. Oh wait a minute, no,
I don't think the action's correct.
I don't believe so because it looks like TB12 still has his cards. I believe he made the call, and Woody folded.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna rewind the action. So I know when that happens that I need to unfreeze the cameras.
Right on there, Red Edward.
Yeah, Renee, I think we're going to try to make that adjustment with the overhead mics. Again, we're so close here on the live stream to ironing it.
Close.
In terms of ironing out all the kinks, I think within the next week, we are going to be ironclad and not have any hitches here in the booth, live stream, overhead mics, camera angles. So, again, give us another week or so, and I think we'll be good to go. Looks like Rick stepped away from the table. Probably went to go to get a refill on his Maker's Mark because I got a refill on my Maker's Mark. Is a mandatory straddle on?
I believe for a while they it was initially just a 5-10, then they made it a 5-5-10, then they put the straddle on, then they put the double straddle on.
Okay. And for those of you that they're talking about commentating in the booth, it's a totally different animal in here. I'm a person with many words, but being able to balance table talk, being able to balance the action, being able to balance someone else in the booth, it's been a learning experience over the past. I think we've been really only streaming collectively.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. I think you and I have only been in the booth together a total of 5 or 6 times total.
Yeah, I think at least that. Well, also we can't forget that we did
The tournament.
Oh,
for sure. That was.
ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. I think I know myself, I locked 41 hours.
Yeah, I was probably
Over that.
I was probably in the 30s myself, the low 30s, because I didn't commentate that first flight until later on in that flight, and yeah, that was a long weekend. It was a fun weekend though, and I'll definitely do it again. And now, obviously, with some of the feedback we've gotten, and Craig and I are again in the booth together, so.
And that was exciting, folks. It was very exciting. I know we had a number of hands that created a lot of memories. In fact, obviously, that it's fine. It's funny. When it got to I think the heads up hand between our two heads up competitors, between Miss Daphne and of course Bart Bogart, will probably end up being a thumbnail for the next 50 years.
That was a fun heads up match.
And a Wooney in the small blind with Queen 10 of Spades going to put in the 3-bet, making it 275 to go.
It's a good hand to 3-bet without out of the small blind, especially 6-handed. You block a lot of nut type hands, blocking ace queen, king queen, pocket queens, pocket 10s, block a lot of straight draws. So now again, this is a board that doesn't favor your 3-bet range out of the small. Now obviously
Now until the turn comes where now he's made top pair, but there are 3 diamonds on the board. Oh, and now he's made top 2 pair, but
I'd love to make a small bet for value. Obviously, he's not going to get called by TB12, maybe $200.
yeah, but sitting with the 2
$250?
pair,
Okay.
sitting with the 2 pair, the thing is now TB12, he's going to see that there's a lot of straight cards or a lot of flush cards, and Wooney's going to take down this pot.
And TB12 wisely not looking to turn his 6-8 into a bluff. That run out on that board specifically is a board that favors Wooney's 3-bet range out of the small blind, 6-handed. So again, chip counts here, Wooney with 12K, Gateway just over 10K. Looks like we're having some fun out here on the table.
As
Willie
again,
Flair.
we have our live stream guru, Eric the Almighty Anderson, probably the best dressed man that's not hosting a game show right now. Again, we have oh, wow. I believe we have there was the straddle, the double straddle, a 3-bet, and then the 4-bet on the button with ace-3 of diamonds, making it 80 to go.
Rick with
put
a
in
5-bet with ace-10 offsuit. I think he's going to get folds all the way around. Maybe Winnie in position with the suited wheel ace may elect to just cold call here and see it flop, and he is going to just cold call here.
Yep, there's the call, folks. So we've got Rick and Wooney, both heads up, both with an ace. Here's the flop. It comes 3 king ace. Uh-oh, folks.
Wow, this could be a total flop.
We're going to see fireworks here. Rick's got top pair with a 10 kicker. Wooney has made top and bottom pair. It gets checked over to Wooney. I don't see him not firing that continuation bet.
Interesting to see what sizing he's going to use here with 2 pair, a lot of Broadway draws, flush draws out there.
He bets 175.
Smaller sizing for value. Rick's obviously going to continue with top pair.
He makes the call.
Look for a check bet line here.
And the 5 of hearts now also gives Rick a flush draw.
I think Winnie's going to have to. He can check here. And just see what line he's going to take here. Whether he's going to double barrel or if he's going to check. He may want to bet here to deny equity against hearts. Again, there's some Broadway draws out there that he unblocks as well. He also unblocks hearts. So he checks, check.
And the 9 of spades on the river, so it's going to be Wooney's 2 pair that's going to win this pot. It's just a question of Rick can find a way to rogue this pot away from him.
It's just going to be a bet call. With Rick leading out the river here, when he's just gonna call.
He bets 475 and an insta call from Wooney.
Unfortunately, that's a board you can never re-raise on with the flush coming out there on the turn.
And Wooney's going to take down this pot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will have another about 40 minutes left. Another 40 minutes left here in the live stream.
And then, I believe, Eddie, are we confirmed on the...
We are confirmed we were going to have Rick Alvarado in the booth afterwards, as well as Frankie from Next Gen. And again, Frankie being a extremely last-minute addition to this featured table. I believe I was here for a bit, worked for a significant amount of time, and then decided to play a little bit before the satellite and commentating in the booth. Mentioned that there was a seat open in the specific game and made some text. Ended up firing a bullet in this thing. Oh, so we have the capability to add a third microphone?
That's what I'm working on right now to see if it's capable. We can add on a third mic set.
I'll step out and ask Eric real quick, see.
Nope. Well, while he's doing that, we're going to return to action here where we've got a bet, a raise, and we've got a 3-bet and a call with Rooney with ace-4, Frankie with the TJ Cloutier hand, jack 9 of clubs, TB12 with the king with 7-4 of clubs, and a flop comes down 10-3-8. Rooney's ahead with just the ace high, but Frankie's sitting with an open end straight draw. Action's going to be on him. He's going to fire the continuation bet for 325. TB12 is going to fold, Rooney's going to fold, and Frankie's going to take down this pot. Again, folks, here are our chip counts. We got Rooney that's on top of the leaderboard right now. I know Gator Piggies hasn't played a lot of hands, but we do appreciate his sitting in on this now 6-handed table. And again, we also thank you all these viewers, and for all these viewers, obviously, in addition, please by all means share, like, subscribe to our YouTube page, as we will be creating more live streams, more content, more entertainment for you, the viewer, in regards on all the events that are happening here, both tournaments and live stream cash games here at Pokerhouse Dallas. As we go to this hand here, we got a raise, a re-raise, and then a 3-bet here to 500 with Big Slick. Gator makes the call with King 10 of spades. Rick's gonna make the call with 2 threes. We're going 3 ways to a flop here, folks. With a flop that says Jack 6-4, and it's the 2 threes that are ahead, but TB12 is going to bet 1,500. Makes a pot-sized bet with ace high, and is going to get the King 10 to fold. Going to get the threes to fold, and he's going to pick up this pot. Again, here are our chip counts. I know Gator Wade that just sat in probably within about the last 45 minutes or so. Again, we've got Dakari in the box right now, one of our dealers. And as you can see, we've got our live stream guru, Eric Anderson, manning our action tracker. Action's going to be on the Rick on the button. He's got the queen deuce. He's going to fold over to Frankie. With king 4, he's going to lay it down. TB12's got queen jack. He's going to make the call, and Wooney with the 5-3. And Razor Piggy with king queen. Of course, he's going to put in the raise to 160. As you can see, that is Eddie in the background speaking with both Rick and Frankie in regards to what we just spoke about. That once this cash game ends on our live stream in our live stream arena, we will have both gentlemen and we will have them both be able to come into the booth, be able to ask a few questions in regards on the regards on poker. Once this table does go off on the out of the live stream arena, we got a board of 7 ace 10 2 clubs. Razor Piggy with the straight draw, TB12 with the opposite, both needing each other's cards, and it goes 4-5 on the end, and the King Queen of Razor Piggy is going to take down this pot. Again, folks, those are our chip counts.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel and a TikTok, and I post poker videos on there, and sell merchandise and that kind of thing.
Again, folks, as we are
You got the money for it. It's $5 a month.
and action on Frankie as we again we have just had a small delay in regards of because of action where our camera is slightly stuck, and then there's no way fact that we're doing that on purpose, because obviously we want to be able to do a full balance on everyone here at the table. But Razor Piggy is sitting there with 2 9s. He's going to make it 3 1/4 to go. Action back on Frankie on the button with Jack 8 suited in spades. Again, here are our chip counts, and also a sign of showing that of how a experienced tournament player is providing much appreciated knowledges to the youth as they make the next steps in poker. And Eric and Eddie can attest to that, knowing Rick here. I mean, heck,
I'm pretty sure Rick fired every single freaking day in Vegas. I don't think he took a day off. Maybe it took. I remember while he was there, he was, his wife and son came in for a little bit. Maybe it took a couple of days off to spend some time with them. But throughout for the majority of the tournament, I don't recall him taking a day off. Gator with the 4-bet doesn't surprise me, seeing how he's a very action player on the lodge live stream, and they both have the same hand, very similar equities. Obviously, look for a bet call on the flop. Oh, gonna check. Maybe try to induce. Oh, interesting turn card.
Yeah, it gives them both an open-end straight draw and the 10. Oh, they're just going to go check, check, and they're going to chop this pot.
Interesting line. Again, from the limited viewing that I've seen of Gatorade at the lodge, surprised he took a check line on all 3 streets there, especially being the 3-bet aggressor. And we're about 45 minutes away from the end of the stream. And again, for those of you still in the stream, please hang on tight. At the conclusion of the stream, we will both have WSOP bracelet winner Rick Alvarado in the booth, along with Next Gen Frankie.
As we see how we have Gator Wade in the big blind sitting with Queen 5 of diamonds. Looks like he's putting in a raise. Oh, wow. He's coming in big. He's making it 450 to go. Gator Wade is not shy, folks.
These guys are having a good time. I kind of want to scale back the commentating just to hear this table talk and allow the viewers in the live stream and chat to kind of hear what some of these players that consistently play on high stakes, poker vloggers, and players that have had successful tournament runs in the past, what they have to say. Oh, and 43 betting Queen 6 off in the cutoff. Min only. Oh, actually, I don't think that's correct. I think that's just the strat on the double straddle. That's just the way the poker tracker works.
And we go to a flop here that goes 10, 8, ace. It is Razor Piggy with the 2 sevens that are ahead. And an ace on the turn. Again, it's still the 2 sevens. And the 5 on the river. It's going to go check, check. And Razor Piggy with the 2 sevens are going to win this pot.
I think one adjustment we need to make before tomorrow is maybe dropping those overhead mics so that we can get clear audible of all the players at the table.
Absolutely. I know we are constantly making sure that we can do as many updates as we can to try to get everything out and have everything run as smoothly as possible in regards with our stream. It gets checked over to Razor Piggy, and we got a flop of 10 Queen Deuce. TB12 with a pair of deuces. Wooney with an inside straight draw and flush draw, but it's Razor Piggy that puts in the big raise and is going to take down the pot.
It looks like, was it Frankie or Frankie talking about playing on the Hustler and
I believe so.
Gator Wade talking about if he's at settling action. Interesting.
It looks like it, folks. And it's
I'm
funny.
interested to listen to this conversation. And what's really funny is that, Rick is relatively new to this, not new to poker, but new to these players at the table, and Frankie as well. So just even the dynamic, the friendly dynamic, even though they're out to gut each other's throats out, still friendly banter nonetheless.
Which tells you anything in regards on the poker community that it's like, okay, it's not all about everybody trying to felt everybody. But when there's opportunity with it's also, it's It's high stake. It's negotiations at its finest. As we see, Rick with the top pair is going to put out a bet for 150. Gator Wade with the 2/8s. Look like he's going to pull one off. And a jack on the river gives him 3 jacks.
Yeah, but it also brings out 3 clubs. So
Oh yeah, that's a tough
see
situation.
if Rick's gonna put out a bet for value here. It's a little slightly over half pot. Don't see Gatorade calling based off this type of run out. Oh, it does. He says, "Oh, rips it."
Oh, whoa. Wow, what? Okay, we've yet to see this kind of play, folks. Rick bets 350, and Gatorade has put them all in. This is a $4,000 re-raise.
This could easily be the biggest pot of the evening. Again, I wasn't here for the beginning portion of it.
All right, but if this makes this call, this pot will have almost 15,000 in it. And he lays it down.
It's not close. I nothing. It's not close. Not even close to go.
Wow, folks. Wow. That is the power of deep stack poker. He flops top pair and rivered 3 jacks, and Gatorade comes over the top for everything and gets him to lay down the best hand.
And that's a very tough, difficult call for Rick to make there, because what is Gatorade calling with on the turn? And a lot of players now, again, as you move up in stakes, they have check raise bluffs in their game, but you definitely don't see check raise bluffs in lower to mid stakes.
Absolutely. But, I mean, to think about the fact of the matter is, I'm like, I guess you're looking at this, I'm like, okay, the flush gets there. The flush did get there, but I mean, a bet of 350 and a re-raise of a $4,100 re-raise. Yeah, that is not to quote it, that's next level right there. That is a next level move. That's above the rim, huh? That is an above the rim move to be able to make that and not hesitate. As we have a 3-bet
I see him 4-bet.
and now, Razor Piggy, he's going to come back over. Oh, he just makes the call.
Yeah.
He's gonna,
Okay, yeah.
he makes the call with the 2 9s as we go back to Frankie with Queen Jack of clubs. He's going to make the call.
Yeah, and having suited Broadway cards on the button, you can see the action from the pre-flop progressor and Wooney, and then Razorback.
Oh boy, here we go, folks. It's a piece for everybody. It's
Check.
Mooney-
I think it's going to go check all the way around.
Yep. I don't know. I think Frankie's sitting there with the inside straight draw.
Well, obviously we can see the holdings. There's a lot of theoretical cards that he can barrel on the turn. Now, obviously, Razor Pig has pocket 9, so he's blocking Frankie's nut straight draw. And with Wooney also having clubs, he's blocking a lot of Frankie's flush draws as well. So,
And Wooney leans out with 3rd pair for 175.
look for Frankie to fold here.
Razor Piggy's going to make the call with the 2 9s.
I don't see Frankie calling here with a bet call on this board, just having 2 overs. Oh,
Or he's gonna take his shot to try to get there on the river.
looking to drill it.
And the ace on the river, that's an interesting card there because it does fill up a few straights.
I think if Razor Piggy checks here, I'd like to see Frankie barrel the river. Oh,
And no, he's just going to wave the white flag. Razor Piggy's going to roll over the 9s, and he's going to win this pot.
I believe if Frankie, because just the type of player is relative to Razor Piggy and Wooney, that if he would have barreled and even Gatorade, that if he would have barreled the river there, that he'd Probably could have gotten both Wooney and Razor Piggy off their hands.
All right, folks, here we go. As we go to hand 75. Make sure Eddie saw that hand 75.
Yeah, I didn't know how. I actually didn't know how Craig knew what number hand we were on.
Oh,
Because
absolutely. Yeah, I've been counting each and every hand.
Hey, man, you do you, boo. Everybody here with a jack. Interesting to see what's going to happen with this.
Yep, and you get a jack, and you get a jack, and you get a jack, and it's going to go, and there's a raise, and a call, and a call. So if we see the fourth jack and a fifth jack, well, I promise it's not our fault. Here's the flop. It comes 5, ace, 4. It's the jack 10 of Razor Piggy that's ahead, and the 7 on the turn gives Wooney a two-way straight draw. And the 4, meaning the jack 10 of Razor Piggy is going to win this pot if he goes check, check, check.
Razor Piggy with jack
With the jack 10.
with a 10 kicker.
Jack 10 with everybody having a jack is like as the Dakari pushes him that pot. Here's our chip counts.
Are the chip counts accurate? I don't know if they are.
I do know that they did make a. We did have a few that added on. It looks like I think that maybe a few other people have added on, but I do know it is accurate as best as it can be. As we have included all the add-ons as well.
These guys are having fun. We're gonna let you guys listen in a little bit.
And we've got some serious hands going now with Razor Piggy that's made it 7. That's called down 75 with 2 kings, and Frankie's called behind him with two 8s. We do not know what Wooney has. But the flop comes 6 ace jack. That's the worst thing you want to see when you're holding 2 kings. And Frankie's going to lead out with the 2 8s. He bets 80. Wooney's going to make the call. We don't know what he has, and he's saying, and Razor Piggy look at these things. Can't believe it. Of course that comes. And the 10 on the turn.
Let's see if Frankie has it in the double barrel.
He's going to check. And Wooney checks. And the 5 on the river, we don't know what Wooney has, but I'm guessing he at least has an ace.
Yeah, and Razor Piggy like hating himself right now, knowing that he filled with kings.
Jack 7. Oh, no. Wooney at Jack 7, which is the best hand between him and Frankie, but Razor Piggy folding kings with the ace on the board.
Yeah, and especially a player like Frankie, with him betting on the flop and with the Wooney calling, you don't feel too good about your pocket kings there. Because you have to believe that one of them at least has an ace. We're about 10, 15 minutes away from the end of the stream. I'm going to get a few more hands in.
Uh-oh. Well, this might be a train wreck of a hand if it allows it to. Wooney's got the kings now. And he puts in the bet to 400. And Razor Piggy's he's gonna defend this button. He's got ace queen. And TB12, he's got king jack. We're 3 ways to the flop with 3 big hands, and it comes 9, 10, 10. Wooney's got the 2 kings, and TB12 with the inside straight draw.
Small bet 400, 300, 350.
Looks like 275.
That's a good sizing. Again, on a when you're playing a board as connected as this and multi-way, if you're going to continuation bet, you're going to want to bet small and evaluate a turn. So obviously, this is actually a good card for him in his mind, because he's not, he has King of Hearts, but also Razor Piggy has Ace of Hearts.
Oh boy, this is gonna be if a heart gets down on this table, folks.
I wouldn't be surprised if Razor Piggy decides to barrel here on the turn. Maybe he's gonna elect to just check back and potentially, hopefully, realize his equity.
And it
grab
goes.
chips. It looks like at least 1,000.
And it looked like he's teeing up. He's teeing it up, folks. And he bets 800.
I think Wooney's gonna just have to call here.
And Wooney makes the call. This is gonna be a big river. And the 4, it's a brick for Razor Piggy.
I didn't understand that.
It's gonna go check, check, and Wooney with his kings, they do hold up. And those are our chip counts, ladies and gentlemen. As I believe this is into our final dealer change of the stream.
All right, guys, this will be the last dealer on the stream. When we're at 10 o'clock, when we're done here, do you want to go in the other room, or what are your plans after this? Continue off stream? All right, so I just want to know where to tell the other dealer. Sounds good. Done?
All right, folks. Again, as you can see, as we have Butcher back in the box, he was going to be the last dealer on the stream. Again, to our viewers, we thank you so much for actually being a part of our stream here. Although it's like, as we always suggest, please, by all means, share, tell a friend, share, like, subscribe through it. All of our ventures, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. By all means, like, share, subscribe. We support, and we need all the support we can. We appreciate all of our viewers in regards on this live stream cash game. And again, tune in tomorrow where we will have our exciting 1-3 players that will be in on our live stream cash game tomorrow night. As you know, we had a lot of excitement in that previous game from last Wednesday, so it's only going to get better as they will have players again for that tomorrow night on our Wednesday night stream here at Poker House Dallas. Here we go to our next hand here, where a flop of Jack Deuce 9 TB12 that's got a pair of 9s. Razor Piggy's going to fire out the continuation bet with the Ace Queen for 400. And he's going to make the call. We're going to a turn. It's a jack that pairs the board. TB12 checks. And Razor Piggy is firing it again. He bets 600.
Yeah, and now with the board, with a jack pairing, it's less likely that Razor Piggy has a hand containing a jack.
And the deuce double pairs the board.
And just counterfeits his 2-pair. Razor Piggy going to be winning with 2-pair with ace kicker. I think TB12 knows that now. TV12 is probably just going to check here, check fold.
He checks,
Yeah.
and TB12 rolls over the ace high, but it's going to be the 2 9s of TB12 that's going to win this pot.
Oh, I thought the hand got counterfeited. I apologize. I misread that hand.
That tells you folks that
That's the maker's mark.
he's not perfect, but he admits when he isn't.
Tell you what, at the end of the stream, I am not driving home for a little bit. That's for sure. Now these guys talking about playing. Oh, even playing tomorrow. Maybe not necessarily on the live stream. They have other live stream plans for tomorrow evening. But look for this game to become maybe a popular game. And even next week, maybe getting a full lineup.
Yes, folks. That's another thing. It's like, well, I guess we'll put that disclaimer out there. If you are interested in wanting to play this 5-5-10 game, please send a message. Reach out to us on any of our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Someone's still going to have to help me on TikTok, or send an email through our in regards on this to info@thepokerhouse.com. Action's going to be on Wooney after a raise by Rick to 150 with ace-7 of clubs. Action's going to be on Wooney. And he lays it down over to Razor Piggy, who puts in the 3-bet to 450 with the same hand. And looks like Rick's going to lay it down. And Razor Piggy's going to take a pot. Again, here are our chip stacks, folks. Wooney pretty much has been holding serve. Gatorade has been in, Razor Piggy, Frankie, TB12, and Rick. As we moved on to our next hand, Frankie that wakes up with 2 10s on the button. He's going to make it 75 to go. It's getting it folded over to Gatorade, who has the ace-9. Going to make the call. We're going to go to a flop. And it comes 4, queen, 8. The 2 10s of Frankie are still ahead. He's going to put in the continuation bet for 50. And Gatorade makes the call. Turns a 4, pairs the board.
Check, check. I think if Gatorade leads out on the river, then I think Frankie's just going to call. Well, he's definitely calling now.
He's definitely calling now because even though the third spade gets there, it gives Frankie a full house, 10s full of 4s.
Let's see what Gatorade want.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, I think Gatorade is going to turn into luggage on this one. He bets 450 on the river.
I think if he's going to re-raise here, he's going to use a small sizing.
I think so. I agree with you, Eddie. I think he's just going to... This is a...
1,200?
When he makes the re-raise, I think he's going to do it enough to be able to make this... To get either Gatorade to put in the re-raise or just to blow him off the pot. I think he should probably make this about 1,000 to go.
And I think whatever move that Frankie makes here, that Gatorade's obviously going to fold here. He knows that Frankie's not going to make that type of move.
Oh, boy. I think he bets 1,600.
Big sizing.
And I think Gatorade's thinking...
He's going to give up.
Yeah, I think he is. I don't think he's going to try to play back at him. Yeah, he's going to lay it down.
I think he knows that Frankie's not the type of player that's going to re-raise him on the river.
With nothing.
With a bluff.
And Frankie's going to win that pot.
For me to raise your
Here is our VPIP percentages. It's been TB12 and Razor Piggy that's been leading the way. Woony and Gatorade, and Rick and Frankie, which tells you that obviously when that TB12 and Razor Piggy have been in a lot of pots, but also on the other end, Frankie has been very calculating and very analytical when he plays his pots. But the results are nonetheless.
And you would expect, especially for a while, they were playing five-handed. So when you're playing five-handed, six-handed, you're going to open up your ranges a lot more. And so you expect a higher VPIP amongst the players, although 50-60% is relatively high for VPIPing, even at a six-player table. But it is Texans.
And for that reason, folks, we've got a call and a raise the 80 with King 10 of hearts. Razor Piggy's going to call it down with the ace 8. Gatorade's going to make the call with Gatorade puts in the 3-bet to 475 with ace 10. Woody makes the call. And Razor Piggy is going to fold as they go heads up. Here's the flop. It comes deuce, ace, 5. It's Gatorade that's got top pair. And he's going to fire at it. He bets 275, gets Woody to make the call. We're going to a turn. It's a 7. It gets checked over to Gatorade, sitting with the top pair. Hello. It gets checked over as we have a special guest in the booth. It's gonna. We're just waiting on what's gonna see. What move he's gonna make in regards with the king high. While we're doing that, we're gonna have Rick go ahead and put on the headphones.
What's going on?
Hello, Rick. Thank you again. I know if anything, ladies and gentlemen, I know we are on a delay. That's why Rick is here in the booth with me, and obviously you may still see action. So, but
get it.
Yeah, but look, thank you very much for being able to come in with us briefly. So,
of course, happy to play, happy to be in the booth. It's a good time.
I do know that Eddie has brought a point. Your reputation has preceded you in regards, and we had a chance to pull up your Hendon mob.
Oh.
You can thank Eddie for that, but it's very impressive.
Listen, none of the people at the table know my end mob. And I'd like to keep it that way. So if we could just keep it under wraps,
okay.
That'd be great.
Okay, you know what? For that reason, we will do that, sir. But
yeah.
But I can attest to you that you've logged. It seems like you have logged a lot of years playing on mini felts.
For sure, yeah.
Thank you for wanting to be a part of this. So, what do you think of the lineup? So, what would you think of the lineup when you were playing?
Listen, the lineup is fun. Everybody's here to have a good time. There's some gambling going on. There's some big pots played, and I respect that. And I respect everybody having a good time. And I'm there to have a good time and encourage the action. And I'm trying to provide action too. Unfortunately, tonight, my cards just didn't let me have the provide action, and I was folding a lot. And it is what it is. That's a small sample size. You know, you can't play when you're dealt 10-4 and 8 deuce. You can't play. But I'm here next week, and I'll be here in the following. And I just want to bring action and provide entertainment to the stream.
Absolutely, that we can appreciate, sir. But I guess for those that have been watching, I know they're wanting me to ask in regards on this.
Give me a rough hand that I play. Here, let me hear it.
No. It's not a rough hand. We just gotta know what you're thinking. Okay.
The
Jack 9.
Yeah, of
yep,
course.
It was the Jack 9 where you flopped top pair and you rivered three jacks.
Sure.
And Gatorade comes back over the top of you for everything. and you made a very sound fold. I mean, I know.
I mean, it's not even close. It's not close. I need to have a club in my hand to call. I didn't have a club, as you saw. It's just not even close. Like, I don't have to think about it. I'd much rather call with a middle pair and a club in my hand to be blocking the flush, of course. I'll have much better hands to call in the future there. And that just wasn't one I even had to think about, you know. And that's just the way poker goes. You make folds that are the best hand, but there's nothing you can do about it in the moment, and you just press on into the future.
And that's understandable by all means, but I'm like, I want to give both sides, so at least that way people can see. Okay, that tells you when good players can, okay players call. Good players can fold, but there's this. The other hand I want to bring out that I know that was absolutely bonkers was when Wooney had the 2 aces and you've got 2 jacks.
All right, sure, we can talk about that.
Wooney's got 2 aces, you've got 2 jacks, and
Yeah.
you kind of gave the reserve like you have to call after
exactly.
the 3-bet and the 4-bet. What
Exactly.
went through mind on that?
All
one?
right, so we're playing 5, 5, 10, 20, 40. Okay. So the big blind is 40 essentially, with a bunch of straddles and stuff. And I've got roughly 3,500, so I've got like less than 100 big blinds. And whenever you got 100 big blinds and you got pocket jacks in a 5-handed game, it's just you put it in, and sometimes you're against ace queen, and sometimes you're against king jack, and sometimes you're against ace 5 suited. And you just put it in, and the results are what they are. So it doesn't matter. Pocket jacks is the 4th best hand you can be dealt. So it doesn't matter what happens. You just put it in, and the results are the results. So I'll do it again 10 times out of 10.
That tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that is a man of conviction, a man that is not afraid to put his chips in the pot, and his results that we will leave nameless will speak for itself. So,
Nice.
If anything, but yeah, thanks, Ricks. I know you want to be able to have a chance to finish up your Maker's Mark again. If there's anybody with Maker's Mark that would like to be a sponsor of this one, please, please reach out to us.
Listen, I know that I was folding a lot tonight, and tonight it was a small sample. I mean, what do we play? Like 70 hands on stream,
Yeah,
if that. I didn't get dealt hands to play, and you didn't see what I'm capable of, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. But I'll be here in the future, and I'll be showing y'all what poker's all about.
There you go, folks. A man of conviction, a man knows how to make the tough laydowns that amateurs otherwise wouldn't. Rick,
Nice.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for taking the time
Thank you.
to be out
Thank
of
you.
that. That's Rick, folks, and I look forward to seeing him.
For sure.
Look forward to seeing him on more streams.
It was fun. Thank you.
Absolutely, we're glad that you'll be a part of us here. So.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing him into more streams, folks. Trust me, he is a player and he does give action. As we are coming down to our last few hands here on our live stream cash game table here at Poker House of Dallas on this Tuesday night. We see here that we had a raise to 375 by Wooney with the King Jack. TB12 gonna try to make the call with making a move with 3 deuce, and Gatorade calling with the 9-7. They're gambling it up to end this one, folks. As we go to a flop of 8-6-7, Gatorade's flopped a pair with an open end straight draw, and no one's flopped anything of anything else. As Gatorade's gonna fire on the button. He's gonna bet 600, and it's gonna go check, and it's gonna be a raise and take it as he rolls over the 9-7. Woody's like, I don't want to see these cards. And Gatorade's gonna win the pot. Again, for us, here is our chip counts again. Wooney and Gatorade have been holding serve. Razor Piggy pretty much steady, and Frankie, TB12, and Rick, obviously that was in the booth.
Last hand on the stream. Roll swap dealers. I'm going to take my RFID deck, and you guys can continue to play. All right, let's all put 200.
Right here, we're going to continue to play.
What's that?
Here at this table.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on.
All right, folks. I believe this is hand 85. That will be the last hand of our live stream. As you know, we did have Rick in. We are going to try to also get Frankie with Next Gen Poker in as our final guest on the stream. But this is the last live stream hand for this Tuesday night. Again, don't fret. We are going to be live again tomorrow night with our 1-3 game with some of our regulars here at Poker House Dallas. Again, if you would like to be a part of it, if you would like to be a part of any of our future streams, please reach out to us on any of our social media streams, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Again, I'm going to need help with some things on TikTok. Or you can reach out to us on send an email to info@thepokerhouse.com. Someone will reach out to you, or just drop in. Our address is 1676 Regal Road, Dallas, Texas. You can find us and that way you can find us here, and we will be more than happy to help you out with any other information or any other games or any regards on our tournaments so far. We've got action here where we've got a raise to 8. Razor Piggy raises it to 120 with the double down 8 deuce, and over to Frankie with the Jack 9. Gonna fold TB12 with excuse me, so we're just having to make it do a few adjustments. It looks like it was a call and a raise to 100. We're having a few issues in regards of the action, and a flop of 4-9 deuce. It is Gatorade with the top pair, Razor Piggy with the second pair, and Gatorade moves all in. Rick has a wheel draw. He's going to lay it down, and I think it's going to go fold around. TB12 has a pair of 4s. He folds, and Wooney, with King High, I just don't think he can call down all that. And Razor Piggy with bottom pair, it's going to go fold, and Gatorade's going to take the last hand on our live stream. All right, folks, I believe that is going to be the last hand of our live stream. As you can see, there is our live stream guru, Eric, since this will be the last hand of the live stream, we're going to switch out from our special deck that allows you to bring the action back to a new dealer, Darren, and our standard decks for here going forward. And again, folks, we made the switch over here to Darren, our dealer, with obviously our new chat. But ladies and gentlemen, you've waited for it, you've seen it, and you've seen him right there. And guess what? Here he is now, Frankie, one of the three-headed monster that is Next Gen Poker. Frankie.
What is that?
Number one, thank you very much for being with us. Welcome to the Poker House Dallas family. We're glad to have you guys around. So.
I'm excited.
So what do you think of this? What do you think of this 5-5-10 game?
I thought it was really action-packed. I was definitely surprised at the stakes I ended up playing today. As we started, this 5-5 game became a pretty consistent 5-10, 20-40, like nonstop. And then that also didn't include the occasional $80 straddle. So a little bit bigger than I expected, but I definitely have been playing a good amount, so I felt ready for it.
Absolutely. I couldn't remember. So you bought in for...
2,000.
You bought in for 2,000. You end up getting... Well, I mean, I know the game is still going on right now. But last time I thought you had like an 8,300, so I'm like...
Currently, we're at about 8,000.
$100,000.
Wow,
stack.
talk
That's
about
kind of
it.
an amazing. Yeah.
Nothing like a good old 300%
That's been like the
increase.
biggest win ever on my first ever Poker House stream. How
You're
about
kidding.
that?
Wow. Well, that tells you something, folks. When the biggest win ever on the first stream ever on our live stream, I said, that tells you it's only going to be big things. It's like I've had a chance to do a lot of research. I am unfortunately old. So I am unfortunately old, but I've had a chance to do some research in regards of you three gentlemen from all of the streams, all of your posts, in regards with your site, and for the fact of that. It is only a testament that tells that because I know you guys started this from scratch,
Yep.
and now it says guys are approaching what, 250,000 subscribers?
Yeah, that's correct. We're actually almost at 200,000 subscribers.
200,000 subscribers. That's something to be proud of.
Thank you.
We got to drop one of these in there for him.
Thank you. Thank you.
But this testament between, I think it's you, Rosie,
Yep. And Jello.
and Jello. Yeah, so
That's right.
that explains why the Jacks are called Jellos.
Yep, exactly. We're trying to get that started. I know Brad Owen kind of coined the term pocket jiggity.
Jiggities, so.
And we're starting our own pocket jellos.
Believe me, I think if we can find a way to work out without getting General Mills on us, we come up with Jello shirts.
Okay, I like it. No, I like it. That'll definitely be dropping at some point.
At some point, we have a feeling those Jello shirts, as long as we can find a way to not have too much, so General Mills doesn't get on you guys.
Exactly.
But so I guess what at least so the poker world wants to know because I know that you guys play all over the place, you play all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
What made the inevitable decision to now come and be a part of the Poker House family?
Yeah, well, we have had, like you said, a ton of awesome opportunities to play in a bunch of rooms around the country, and obviously we want to keep doing that as much as possible, so we want to thank our fans and subscribers of Next Gen Poker for letting us do that, because I know, and we all know, that we would not be able to do that without this platform that we built, and this platform has allowed us to play the biggest games in Texas that we would have never been able to do. So I just wanted to say thanks to everyone watching, and I appreciate all the support. The main reason for the transfer was actually the flexibility that Poker House allows us to do with our fans.
Oh, wow.
Like, that was the biggest thing. I mean, Poker House has the availability, they have the room to allow us to have these meetup games, host these live streams, and I think they're going to let us do it every Sunday, which is pretty exciting. So stay tuned if you guys like. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on this channel, because you're going to see Next Gen Poker times Poker House live streams every single Sunday. And if you want to be on that live stream, all you have to do is reach out to us on Instagram and we'll get you on. So I think that the biggest reason, along with the amazing amenities here, I really appreciate the small things that they did right here. Just the cleanliness, like, first off, like, that is just such something I appreciate as a poker player. Someone that's going to be in this room for a long time. The comfortability of the chairs and tables would be my second favorite thing, but also just the cleanliness and space of the room. I feel very comfortable. I feel like I have my own personal space. So I really enjoyed all those things, and as I played more at Poker House, I started to just like it more.
And how old are you again?
I'm 22 years old.
He's 22, many times beyond his age. I mean, entrepreneur, a hell of a poker player, and an even nicer guy. I mean, I know for me, this is kind of one of those. It forayed from going from one area in my life and career over to this, then over to this. So now to be a part of, I guess you can say, I have to be cognizant of it. This is the next generation of, no pun intended.
Yes. No, I like it. Perfect.
It's the next generation of poker in the way that it's regards beyond. Don't get me wrong. It's like, okay, look, everyone's jumped on the poker boom. From my generation, it was Rounders, and it was Moneymaker,
Yep.
and it was the WPT, and a few other things. Now, obviously, with all of the platforms, with all the poker vloggers that exist, with yourself and other few well-known ones, I mean, this is what the next string of poker is going to happen, and it's nice that we have. I know that you have yourself and your
Yep.
comrades that are going to. I'd like to think is going to be able to. With this new addition in regards with the Poker House family, is going to only take it into the next stratosphere, and I think we're all really excited about it. So
Awesome, and we're stoked as well. So there's going to be some amazing things to come. I know it.
Trust me, folks, if you're old, you know about Frankie and Annette, but we've got our own Frankie here. So we're going to put a wrap on this stream. I know that the game is still going on right now, just won't be able to see it. So I want to thank you all, though, for all those that's been able to tune in for it in regards to our live stream. And obviously, welcome both Frankie, Rosie, and Jello into the Poker House family. So for our Next Gen Poker crew, also for all of the dealers, all of the players, our management, everybody involved on Poker House, you know Frankie. My name's Craig. For Eddie and myself, thank you for tuning in, and tune in tomorrow night for our Wednesday night 1-3 game here at none other than